Ho, 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 says Santa Claus.
That's fun.
Oh, hey, how are you doing? How are you doing?
Good, just busy, busy, busy. So before we went live, you were saying you miss America, which just blew my mind. I was like,
Yeah,
what?
I mean,
What?
yeah,
Our resident Swedish attorney wants to come back home?
Europe is kind of shit right now. The Australian thing with banning teenagers from social media, and in that they have now in order for us to do that, everybody needs to ID themselves to internet.
Sure. Digital IDs, which is what this all is about, by the way. We've been
Had
trying to
nothing to do with
push it here
teenagers.
too. Yeah, it has
Nothing
nothing
to do with teenagers.
Yep.
It's all about, hey, we want to know what you are doing.
Yep. They're trying to do the same thing here. They've been trying to do that since the dawn of the internet.
Yeah. Because, we have a population that are out there talking and we don't know about it. We
Nick,
can't have that because we are the government. The
these
government
people
is
are
good.
cowards. We already have it here. We have the TSA.
Yeah.
I mean, I just watched a video of this baby getting a pat down. The baby can't even
Yeah.
lift its head. That's how young the infant is. And everybody's like, well, they need to check for drugs. And I'm like, since when was the TSA's mission to check for drugs? That was never a part of their mission. We started the TSA after 9/11 for security. For security, not to go through and be a law enforcement agency for all laws. That's absurd.
Yeah.
That's absurd. And so now in order for me to travel with my child to Florida, I have to subject my child to the state, a very perverse, by the way, very perverse agency. They have been sued multiple times for sexual assault. No one seems to care. Let me hand over my baby and let someone else touch him. It's disgusting. Absolutely effing disgusting. But they're all cowards. Nick, unfortunately, you could come here, but it's not much better. Everybody here is into everyone's business, especially the government. They want to know what you're talking about, when you're talking about it. They're doing the same shit here.
Yeah, but not to this extent. That
I think
is
not with
going
this
on over
much
here.
approval, public approval. That's what I'll say.
Yeah, and everything is packaged. It's either terrorism or think of the babies. It's, but it's all, everything boils down
Or
to
think of the terrorist babies.
the terrorist babies.
They need a pat down.
This is getting, it's been ridiculous for quite some time.
Won't somebody please think of the children?
But what ticked you off? Like what thing what's on your mind that made you go, ooh?
Well, there's always been a debate the last year or so regarding how much should we support Ukraine. And now we are neighbors and almost neighbors with Russia. We kind of want that buffer zone. Yeah.
Sure.
And so we became members of NATO, we and Finland, which was amazing. Our leftist over here, they went haywire over that. No, we can't do that. Now we're going to have nuclear rockets on our soil. And the rest of us, yes, please. Give us.
Oh no, we'll have nuclear weapons on our soil. Oh, what should we do?
And it's so stupid. And so that has been going on. I mean, the closer you are to Russia, we kind of have maybe another perspective than now. You are also neighbors to Russia, but the other end of Russia, the not so dangerous part of Russia. Not exactly, well, depends on how you see it. Yeah. But
I don't know. I live on the West Coast. Here's the problem. The West Coast doesn't advertise how dangerous it actually is. And we don't talk often about our defense systems here, but we have an entire missile defense system built along the West Coast specifically because of Russia. And I think we learned our lesson after Pearl Harbor, but There's conspiracies that Pearl Harbor was an inside job. So
Yeah, everything is an inside job, depending on
everything's a
how
conspiracy. Everything's an
everything
inside
is a
job.
conspiracy. But what ticked me off was we just beat down what is called as the chat control over here, or chat
Okay.
control 2.0, where the government would have forced every social media to direct survey in real time what we are talking about, because there are PDFs out there. We have to make sure that we are not sending PDF stuff to each other.
They already have the mechanisms. They
Yeah, the
already know
mechanism,
who
yeah.
the PDFs are. They already have all of it, and they still
Mm.
refuse to enforce the law against them.
Yeah,
That's the bullshit
we
that gets me.
have the laws already.
Mhm.
Now, what shows up with this chat control 2.0 is what we suspect they are already doing will become legal. And it has these further ramifications, as in the dilution of the European Convention on Human Rights and all of those things. Because we don't have a constitution. I mean, yeah, of course, the United States have the same thing, but it can only always be illegal.
Nick,
Over here, we don't have that protection. You can
I am
always kick these people out, in theory. We can't. And now, with Australia and their whatevers, and they went out the day after that under 16 ban, one of the ministers of something on a plane going towards Europe. Now we're getting the rest of the countries in on this. It was pre-planned. And all of a sudden, it feels like that our fight against the chat control was just a diversion.
It's
We've
coming
been
here.
fighting that thing
Well, that's the
for
corn ban
years.
here in America. That's the
Yeah.
corn ban here in America. The corn
Yeah.
ban specifically targeted conservative states, Texas and Utah, where they knew that conservatives would be on board with this in theory, without recognizing, oh, this is a Trojan horse. Trojan. This is a Trojan horse for a much more dangerous ban and a much more dangerous surveillance system that requires you to upload your ID. So this is a huge problem that the people who are the largest advocates for these types of laws tend to be in my camp. They tend to be conservatives, and it is so infuriating as someone who does honor and love the Constitution. I'll tell you what, Nick, I feel so conflicted. On the one hand, I want to tell you that my ancestors, who were here before the revolution, they were the crazy assholes who looked at everyone in Europe, right, and said, "F this shit, I'm out.
Yeah.
Screw you guys. You are all losers. I would rather die. I would rather die than spend one more minute living with you people. That is I hate you guys, right?" That DNA runs in my blood. That's my DNA. That's my genetic makeup, is to say, F you, don't touch my baby, don't come into my house, don't look at what I'm doing, mind your business. The government has no business telling me what to do, where to go, and listening in on what I'm up to. Okay? So that is my DNA. Part of me wants to say, hey, Nick, you could be a cycle breaker in your family. You could be the first in your line to say, F this shit, I'm out, and I'm done. And I would rather die than live with this nonsense. However, on the flip side, it only takes one Nick in Sweden to make a difference in Sweden.
Yeah.
And that's the hard part is Sweden. The question I always ask my friends when they consider immigrating is it worth abandoning your country? And 2, is your country worth saving? And 3, can it be saved? So like my friends who came here from Venezuela, they're refugees. And I said to them, I said, well, when did you know it was time to leave? And, they were like, I don't know, probably when the government came and sent the military or the police in to arrest my family because of some crooked deal going on in the government that my family had nothing to do with. That was probably it. I said, okay. I said, what do we do though with America? Right? Like, what if America so fundamentally changes that our Constitution is nothing but a piece of paper? And they said, hopefully that never happens because we have nowhere else to go.
Yeah, I mean, that is actually because the United States is what do you call the final bastion against government overreach.
Yep.
No other country on this planet have the securities in the Constitution as you have.
Yeah.
But you have to protect it.
Yeah.
And
I don't know what to say. I'm the only one who gets pulled out by TSA. I'm the only one who refuses to go through their x-ray machine. I'm the only one who refuses to submit to shit. I'm the only one who refuses to make people feel comfortable about it. I'm the only one who says, you guys are unconstitutional, right? I'm not a criminal and you have no basis to believe that I am. And you, the government, are literally putting your hands on me for what? Because I traveled from one state to another. Fuck you. And by the way, the wealthy don't have to deal with this. That's the disgusting part. Is like you look back at the 1800s and the 1900s and you look at travel, public travel, transportation, everything looked nice. Everything was well maintained. Everybody was, having to get along and being polite to one another and exercising some level of duty and responsibility and just general civil respect for one another, right? We're talking like 1910, 1880, 1910. And then suddenly it disappeared. When did it disappear? It's when the wealthy stopped using public transportation and instead controlled the means of transportation, the means of getting from A to B for the rest of us and treated all citizens like second class, third class citizens. As soon as there was government capture of the federal government, once the government was captured here in the United States, I can't speak for other countries, but here in the US, once the government was captured by these private corporations, we didn't have a chance. Nick, what's happening in Bulgaria today could never happen here.
Nope.
It could never happen here.
Yeah, and for you who don't know, Bulgaria, as the citizens of Bulgaria, overthrew their government because overnight. They went out and said, we're not talking about 50,000 people outside the presidential residence saying boo. Everyone went outside and said, either you leave or we're coming for you. And they left. Yep. All right. We see what's going on here.
It will never happen here, Nick. It will never happen in Sweden. Your government would rather shut down the internet and track those who are talking at all. And only the good people, only the well-meaning citizens, only the patriots are the ones the government's concerned about. They're not concerned about anyone else.
There's if you have nothing to hide, you have nothing to be afraid of. If you have nothing to hide, you have everything to be afraid of, because that makes you dangerous.
Yep. People don't get it. They trust their government way too much. Way too much. I don't know why. I don't understand why. Well, I do. I think it's at least in the US, decades of programming, decades of public programming, decades of the government saying, we're the good guys. Everyone. But, all it would take here in the US, the reason I know what's happening in Bulgaria will never happen here is because all it would take in the US to get rid of the TSA is everybody opts in for the pat down. TSA would be gone overnight. Gone overnight because they can't functionally pat down every single American. They would go back to having, what is it called? Metal detectors, which is what they have in every other country.
Yeah. we have our customs with certain rights over here, but we don't have that extreme, hey, get over here, we want to look inside you kind of things that you have.
Yeah. You don't have.
And I
That's insane. Any other country, if you put an X-ray machine and said, in order to fly on planes that you in part pay for, that you in part, okay, supplement the income of these airlines, in order to fly on these planes, you need to subject yourself to an X-ray machine. No other country on earth would do it. It's just the US, because we're cowards. We're a bunch of sheep. That's it. And all they would have to do, all Americans would have to do, is say no. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, so much within the government body is based on the majority of the citizens will be compliant. Yeah, it's in law enforcement, it is in the court. I mean, if people said, I'm not taking a plea deal, I'm going to court. If one does it, yeah, they have some leeway. If everybody did that, it would break down in weeks.
That's it. Just don't comply. Just don't comply. Just don't comply. But people have to. And not only do they have to, Nick, they have to enforce it on you. I don't know everything about COVID. I know a lot of things about COVID. But if there's one thing I do know, I know exactly how everyone would have responded in Hitler's Germany. I know exactly how the population of the United States would respond if we were in the exact same situation as Hitler's Germany. That's what I know.
Yeah, I don't have anything.
I have no doubt. They would all comply. They would happily do it. Happily. Turn in their neighbors, friends, family. They would feel proud of themselves as they went to parties.
Yeah.
Guarantee you. It's the exact same thing. And it's going to continue to happen this way.
Yeah.
Until America wakes up and says no more.
I mean, in my generation and the generation after me, we have this saying about the former Warsaw Pact behind the Iron Curtain. If you remember a happy childhood, your parents sold your neighbors.
Oh. Wow.
Because they were a part of the machinery that made it possible. That's the only way you could have had a happy childhood. Oh, you could eat every day? Well, you could only do that if you were a part of the system. Did you have toys? Well, did you have your own room? Oh, your parents was high up.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's China right now, and nobody gives a shit. Nobody gives a shit. That's beyond what's happening in China right now. People are homeless because of their social credit system.
Yeah.
That's what happens. China is the perfect example. We don't need to guess or hypothesize where these laws go. We know.
No, I mean, that's the next natural step in this. The government wants to check on you is, okay, but what are you saying? Are you insulting the government? Which kind of, I don't know what to do with next year. I was planning on going back to the United States, but all of a sudden there's a suggestion that leaving DNA? No. Have you seen that?
No.
The EFTA countries, we who come from EFTA countries, we have to submit. It's the suggestion right now that our social media accounts, they need to know what it is. Our phone numbers, the past 5 years. And they are suggesting we have to submit DNA and iris.
At the border? Like U.S.
At the
border
border,
customs?
United States Border Customs.
You know what's incredible about that? I objected to the retina scan, and they told me that I couldn't. And I repeated that I objected, and they said you can't. And I said, I am sure as hell certain that I can. I am 1000% certain that I do not need to do this. And 2 hours later, they finally got me a supervisor, and they looked at my passport and they let me through.
Let's see here.
People just need to say no. That's what needs to start happening. But if they're demanding DNA, I don't want to leave the country. If coming back requires me to hand over my DNA to the government, they do require DNA testing here in Utah. In the state of Utah, there's a DNA bank. So when you give your blood to your baby, you need to opt out immediately here in the
Yeah.
state of Utah. Otherwise, they will hold on to your DNA for like 8 years, I think.
Yeah, they started that in 1975. It was said that we have to collect a blood sample from a child for research purposes.
That's what they said here too.
Yeah, and then in 2005, I believe, the police got access to it but it's crimes. We have to check. We have a whole research with millions of people. We have to check it. Crimes. And luckily I was born before that system. So to my knowledge, my DNA is nowhere.
My DNA is everywhere. I'm almost certain.
Not on my passport, Nick. Dave, sorry.
It's so hard to keep track here, Nick, because there's laws that require disclosure, but the presumption that you are voluntarily giving your DNA is the presumption. So you have to send letters to literally every single person who has your blood or takes your blood for testing. Every time you go to the hospital, you have to send notice that you disagree and that you would like your sample.
Yeah, we have all of that approval, denial and stuff. We have that online here. So I can just go in and say, this is only for this specific purpose, and then it gets destroyed. Now, if it actually gets destroyed, you said, but in theory,
wait 30 days.
Yeah, let's see here. The US government now made it a condition for Australians entering the US to hand over 5 years of social media posts and the details of family members. And come.
No, where's the lady when you need her?
And I mean,
do you remember that lady? She would come out and protest like every single year, starting at like 2015 down in LA. She's a professional protester. She's so loud. She spends like every day in LA shouting over her microphone, Trump is worse than Hitler. For those who don't watch, if you guys have ever watched like protest content, that's my favorite. Like I love protest content. I love it. I love like reporters who go down and cover protests, and I follow it. You'll find her. You'll know exactly who I'm talking about. She's hilarious. I love her.
But that, at least, I know what's going on in the United States, but it's so much worse here. And do I believe I can make a difference? Maybe. Do I believe it can be rectified eventually? Yeah. Here's the kicker. Do I believe it will happen within my lifetime? That's the kicker. And looking historically, how long it takes to get rid of these things, we are talking about 2, maybe 3 decades before it's slowly getting turned around again. I'm not so sure I will be here by then. So I would rather be in a cottage in Kentucky in the middle of nowhere with guns than a cottage in the north of Sweden with no guns. Because I will have internet either way, hopefully.
You know what's scary, Nick? I used to think that guns were like the ultimate form of protection. Not the ultimate, but in terms of personal defense, personal protection. I'll be honest, there's nothing more scary than the sound of drones now to me after this Ukraine-Russian conflict.
Yeah, we have entered a new type of warfare completely with this. Well, and it started with these tiny little surveillance where they had 2 fish lines and a hook, and the hand grenade dropped, pulled the pin, and kept going. That's what it started with.
And like, now, yeah.
And now you have miniature F-35s called drones. I mean, calling it drones is kind of a misdirect because it's it's AI rockets.
It's terrifying. Yeah, it's terrifying, especially with the young men who have been raised in this generation. And no offense to all the young men out there, and this is going to come off offensive, but take it with a little grain of salt here, okay? Give me a little grace here. The young men that I see nowadays are so used to remote warfare.
Yeah.
They're so casual in, owning their opponents and getting extremely heated about it. Right? So as soon as their team starts to lose or their team members, screwing up in their video games, they will lose their shit. They will break glass. They get so heated and so animated, and they are so 100% invested in their games that when it comes to actual warfare, you see the same type of stuff happening, the same trolling, the same everything transfers directly to modern warfare very well. And it's so heartless. It is deeply heartless. It's not like World War I, World War II, where you were fighting like face to face and you had to face your opponent. And there's a level of humanity there that you have to overcome in order to be inhuman, right? Now that barrier is gone.
Yeah.
And
now it's just
just inhuman. It's inhuman. I was watching this, I watched this video and I started laughing because I thought it was a joke. I did not know that this was real. There was this Russian soldier and it was a Russian pilot and a Ukrainian pilot, and they both shot down each other's aircraft. And they both ended up like landing near each other. And the Russian calls out to the Ukrainian and he goes, "What's your fucking name?" And he shouts back, and it's like Vlad or something. And he's like, "Fuck you, Vlad." And like everybody in chat's laughing, but like I think at the end the Russian actually hunted down this Ukrainian pilot and actually successfully killed him. And it's really scary that like meme culture is crossing over into modern warfare. Like it's so bizarre to me. There's a really scary world we're entering where boys who have grown up on video games continue to play video games and murder people and laugh about it, and there's zero consequence, zero accountability, zero emotion whatsoever. Did you ever watch the movie or did you ever read the book Ender's Game?
No.
It's basically the concept of this young man who like he's playing war games and he's like jockeying for position in the government as a strategist. And he's like a genius strategist, and he ends up like decimating the other team in one of these games. And he doesn't realize that he's killing actual people, that the strategy he's implementing is in actual war.
Yeah. I do believe I saw the movie.
I haven't seen the movie. But it's... Sorry, go ahead.
No, but when you take away the human contact, it becomes unreal because we're not wired to make that leap. There's somebody else on the other side of the screen that is currently dying. And it's so abstract to us that our actions can have consequences when there's something in between. I mean, biologically, we have the ability, and history have shown us we can do horrible things. But there's always punishment. There's always the conscious, your morality, and everything. I mean, which we also have evolved over time. That is, it only applies to human interaction. Now, all of a sudden, in the leap of what is it now, 4 years, everything changed. We are not wired for that sudden change.
No. And I feel like the human conscience tends to be more preventative than after. So like, I feel like if the human conscience is going to kick in, it will kick in generally right before, or you have to silence it. You have to do something to shut up your conscience. Oh, I'm doing this for my country. I'm doing this for my family. I have to do this thing. If I don't do this thing, these things will happen, right? So you have to consciously shut your mind up and then go forward with the act. And then you have the regret after the fact. What's really scary to me is that we live in a time where it's all justification up front. And then, like you were saying, there's no consciousness behind it.
Yeah.
So you just immediately overcome whatever emotional, moral, human barrier that was there. It just, it's a skip. It's not even a skip. You're right. We've hit an event horizon to a certain extent, especially with AI. We can just deploy AI to make these justifications. You don't even need a leader. You don't need a charismatic leader. You need a chatbot that can communicate to hundreds of thousands of young men, all on social media, and young women, and then have it playing the exact same algorithm over and over again until they're brainwashed into thinking this is life. This is how other people see me. This is how the world is. This is how I see myself. And this is what I must do. It's terrifying. Terrifying, the power that social media has over the people.
But is the answer to it to ban social media? I don't know. I mean, it might be 60, 70 years ago now with the subliminal messaging in advertising, if you ever heard of that.
Oh, my mom's a hypnotherapist. Yeah, I grew up with learning about subliminal messaging, programming, all of that. Yeah.
Yeah. And now it's not way back when it was just you had this advertisement allegedly, and then just one of the frames was something. Now you have algorithms instead. And those are a bit harder to come across. I mean, the social media in itself is not bad. There are aspects within social media that are, if you know what I mean. And maybe the answer is not banning, not even in Australia. It's a social media ban. No, but they still allow Roblox. And I mean, are you fucking kidding me? They are Blue Sky also allowed. Discord allowed. And I mean, these are the three most PDF file per capita social media. I mean, but no. Oh, we have to ban X and Facebook and stuff. But you allow Roblox and Discord? I don't understand.
I do. They're friends.
Usually I say follow the money.
No, they're friends. They don't hate the PDFs, Nick. They don't hate them because they are them. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
If you don't hate a PDF, it's probably because you sympathize. Probably because you understand.
Yeah. Here's the fun thing. What fun depends on what you say is fun. As I said earlier, the chat control 2.0, and which we're supposed to everybody's checked in real time. We need to know that you're not sending PDF stuff to each other. Guess who are exempt? The politicians, our Congress, our European Union parliamentarian. Yeah, those were exempt.
Yeah, of course.
And the argument was, "Oh, are you against it? You must be one of those." And then, but we need an exception. Oh, really? So you are one then?
They are. No, they are. They're some of the most prolific. Nick, it's crazy to me that we still have diplomatic immunity applying in the way that it does internationally.
Yeah, diplomatic immunity. I mean, World War I, World War II. Yeah, I understand. It
Sure.
was really tense, and you didn't want, because in retaliation, yeah, we're sending your kid to prison.
Right.
We're not there anymore. We haven't been
No.
there for 30 years.
And it's not
So-
like we can't limit the scope of the immunity. We can say,
Yeah.
look, if you are in the process of a diplomatic mission, okay,
Mm.
and God forbid you have to defend yourself,
Mm.
yes, you have some diplomatic immunity. No, your family member shouldn't be arrested, on false charges and false pretenses.
Mm.
However, if there's a reasonable suspicion that your family member is a PDF and is trading children over borders and overseas, yeah, I think that we have every justification to arrest you and your family members.
Yeah.
Sorry. We have
Yeah.
every justification to take away your diplomatic immunity at a minimum, to say, you need to stay in your country. You're not coming back here.
I mean, if you can blow a boat out of the water, you can take down an airplane. It's still crime.
Crazy to me that Trump can justify blowing boats out of the water, right? Can justify taking over oil tankers, but can't justify arresting diplomats who are involved in PDF activities and the trading of children.
Yeah.
Your priorities speak
we are
louder
listening.
than anything, sir. That is my response to the government all the time. Your priorities say everything. And same to the social media companies. Your priorities say everything. You're out here canceling hate speech, right? Shutting down people for hate speech, deleting people's accounts because they're talking about COVID and the leak theory. Okay. Why are you not going after the PDFs that you know are using your website, are profiting off your website, that are trading material on your website? No actions taken. Why? Because it's not a priority. Again, they're friends. They're friends. These people are all friends with each other. Speaking of PDFs, I may have to turn off my camera here in a minute because I think I hear my son waking up.
Oh, baby on, the cutest kid in history.
He's so, you would love him. He's gotten bigger. He jumped a percentile or two. It was so cute. My little brother came to visit, and my little brother is like your size, Nick. And baby on started crying the minute my little brother picked him up. He was just like overwhelmed, like shaking, crying. And I picked him up, and when I pick him up and he kind of looks up at him for a second, and I was like, that's your uncle. You love him. And I stand him up on my legs, right? Because he wants to stand up. And he goes like this. And my little brother goes, yes, you're a big guy too. And he starts giggling and laughing. And now he loves the big boys because he's a big boy too.
Yeah. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. All right. Now we have 40 minutes of something I usually, because we are bordering on politics, even if it's also law. Have you heard about the Laura Mathias and the hidden true crime controversy?
Nick, it's fancy you should say that. I have had multiple videos on that controversy.
Yeah.
Let us discuss. Let me go get my baby. You hold, talk to your chat. I'll be right back. Read some super chat.
All right. Thank you to Derek for your super sticker. It is a red face saying, wow. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And JK Debug, love your Santa Claus. Thank you. Loves you back. That means we are $7. No. Let's see here. $7 into the Wheel of Regrets. And of course, if you have no idea what Wheel of Regrets is, let me put it up here. Dun, dun, dun. There. Yes, Wheel of Regrets. Now, usually this is on Fridays. Now it's Saturday because Miss Viking reminded me I had prior commitments yesterday, so I moved it to Saturday. I hope you don't mind. But this is Slightly Buzzed Saturday show. and with Dani as guest. And the thing is, every $50 in supers, gifted memberships, and stuff like that, and I will spin the wheel of regrets. If you donate $50 in one clump sum, you choose my poison: hot sauce or a brand of alcohol. That is. So, does he have a panda hat?
He has a panda blanket. I got it on Temu. It's so cute. Look at him.
Big boy! Oh,
Say hi, Nick. You met Nick. You liked Nick, huh? Yeah. Oh, okay. So cute.
Mm. Oh,
Okay.
mm.
So
Now, yeah,
let us talk.
Hidden True Crime has had this the past year now. Sent out threatening letters. They have accused people of stalking and harassment.
They tried to sue.
Tried to sue, and we had a Randazza letter that was epic.
That was epic.
And now, thanks to some people who made FOIA requests, we have a bunch of what do you call it? Body cams.
Oh, yes. Let's watch Body Cam. What a Christmas treat.
What a Christmas treat. Let's watch some. And I choose, let's see here. This is by Everyday with Jay, is the channel, who has in a playlist, has all of them, I believe. Or a bunch of them at least. I know there's a list out there somewhere. But let's see here. June 19th, 2025. I have dun dun dun. Well, the latest is no. I've been asking Hella because I think Hella has all the links to the originals. But let's start with dun 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 dun. Oop.
You're such a good boy. Yeah, I'm talking to the microphone.
There you are. And let's listen to, yeah, let's just listen.
Yes.
See, there you go. See, you can be nice. Hi.
Hello.
Lily, off.
You Grayson or
Yes.
okay. Okay, so how can I help you today?
I'm gonna get my box.
Of course she has a labradoodle. Of course she has a doodle.
Hello.
Thank you for coming,
Yeah.
officer. Where do we start? Yeah, so she's a public figure online,
Okay.
and we have people threatening to extort her. This started in April. They started with public threats. We have pretty good, solid proof that former employers had hacked her iCloud account.
Okay.
Can we press pause on this for a second? For everybody who's watching who's not up to speed on this, just so you're aware, the quote unquote extortion is her saying, I will just read people your text to me showing that you're a bitch. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the quote unquote extortion. I think you're a bitch and I want the world to think so too. The end.
Yeah. And these are conversations between people, employee, boss, contractor, I mean, whatever you call it. And the desperation within a hidden true crime, for the love of God, these can't get out because allegedly, which we have to say, HTC have been talking shit about victims for years.
That's the allegation?
One of the allegations.
I see. Okay. Because her quote unquote stalker is not very direct. Like she definitely does not make super direct claims, specific claims. So that's interesting.
And now the big one now is with Kresha, the aunt of Laurie. Yeah, the dead children in the Laurie Wellow case.
Right.
Where
Kylie and JJ.
They handed over pictures, family photos. Lauren made this collage, and then Kresha used that as a background.
Right. I remember. And then Hidden True Crime tried to copyright strike them, saying, you're using our footage. And she's like, are you nuts? These are my family photos that I gave to you.
Yeah. But I mean, the composition might be copyrightable, not the pictures in themselves, because she doesn't have ownership over them. But the composition in itself, yeah, I've seen. I mean, I can only speak for Europe. I mean, I don't know American copyright law, but the composition in itself, because since she had it playing in the background,
sure.
But then again, the copyright board just said no.
Yeah.
No, this is not no, just no.
It very clearly isn't, because she owns the photos. And if anything, she's given license to Hidden True Crime to use those photos in their material. So just because they put together a video utilizing those videos or utilizing those photos, it's still a license by the family members who own the photos for Hidden True Crime. So then to turn around and to say, oh, well, you don't own this material, I have the copyright to this material. No, you don't, because you don't own the photos. You don't own them. They're licensed to you. You are permitted to utilize them, and the family has decided to take them back and to use them in their way. So it's complicated because none of this is legally spelled out, but the copyright claim on its face is bull. Somebody is saying that she was rude to their therapy dog Great Dane at the Daybell trial. Boise Great Dane, I don't recall seeing your Great Dane at the Daybell trial. I was there. I was unimpressed by her the minute I met her. My mom had met her when my mom had met her and was like, oh, I met, Lori and Chad Daybell when they met each other down at that conference. And she was like, oh, okay, that's nice. And my mom's like, you should meet my daughter. She has a channel. And so my mom was like, you need to go say hi to her. She was putting so much pressure. And I went to say hi and she was like, oh, hi. And I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. Like, I'm nobody, so that's fine. So I go and I sit there, and she was like, she was more concerned with her makeup during the opening statements, in my opinion. She was like putting on her makeup and getting all dolled up for her stream while the prosecutors were showing the bodies of JJ and everyone else. And I was like, ooh, that is not someone I want to be around. Like it was just a decision I had made, because I was like, I ran on victims' rights and victims' rights advocacy. And so because I've dealt with so many victims, it just, the disingenuous people who flutter around these cases. Yeah. And she just came off as very disingenuous to me. Yeah.
And I think how she calls everybody else covering these trials as, what was it? Crime tourists. But
that's exactly. Yep.
Yeah, but she's a professional.
Yeah,
it's her career. So she's not a crime tourist. The rest of us are.
That's the funniest shit she said. I'm here for work. I'm like, yeah, so is the other chick who you claim is your stalker. I'm a public figure. Yeah, the same way anyone with a YouTube channel is, lady.
Yeah. Which also makes these harassment, stalking things. I mean, she's devaluating people who are actually stalked.
She's devaluing people who actually have cases of stalking, who need injunctions. She's devaluing, obviously, people who are actual victims by
She's
her
the
support.
Amber Heard of true crime coverage.
Indeed.
Yeah. And yeah. Okay. Let's get. Oh, 52 seconds we played before we interrupted. Welcome to my show.
Sorry.
No.
Posted stuff online that they were gonna go public with her messages, and then
Private messages.
Yeah, and then things settled down, and then the last couple weeks things have been ramping up again. Somebody sent us an email today that was sent out.
This has gone as far as News Nation and Law and Crime. So I'm a true crime reporter.
Okay.
And like Law and Crime and even News Nation are
Okay.
reaching out about my private messages. So this is like national, and I think why it's an extra big concern is
Wait a minute. I thought you said you were hacked, and now all of a sudden it's private messages. Yeah, but messages is a two-way street,
Yep.
and you don't have attorney-client privilege. I don't see the privilege at all, I must say. Now, if you use lawfare as she does, yeah, you can postpone it, but sooner or later a court will look at it and say, fuck off.
I don't want to do spoiler alert here, but just so you're aware, even in a single party consent state or a two-party consent state, you can share private messages sent between people online.
Yeah, because there's something about you
need an
don't have-
NDA if you want to enforce the law against it.
Yeah. And to my knowledge, no.
No NDA exists. I'll be right back. My little boy needs a diaper change.
Yep.
Play the video.
actually not just about me, as you know, as a police officer. Crime is true. It's real.
Mhm.
Forget that. There are, I'm an investigative journalist.
Okay.
I have been to numerous trials. I work with numerous victims.
Mhm.
And if these private messages of mine come out between employees, it won't just be me that's harmed.
Mhm.
It's going to be a lot of people
Okay.
that is harmed. And
Well, Miss Matthias, do you know how to make sure that if you're talking to a victim and share the information about a victim with others, as we just say, a non-disclosure. This is sensitive information and cannot leave. I need you to acknowledge that this blah, 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 which gives you some protection. Apparently, she didn't care. Oh. Katrina just need to say Dani's videos on HTC were excellent. They matched my own feelings, but also went into the informative law. Thanks for doing this collaboration. I tried. I tried the hardest I can to get guests from different areas of law, different areas of the country, the world. So,
we have private emails that have now come from a Proton email saying true crime, more like true lies. We know you've been talking about all these people to name all these victims that are nationally known victims. Like we were just at the Gabby Petito Foundation dinner. Like we work with numerous high profile victims of crime. Like, and again, these are I share off the record conversations with them. You know, like things that like people
Off the record conversations with who when you say them?
the ex-employees.
Okay.
you moron. If it's off the record, I've seen people say it. I haven't seen it myself yet. Here's the thing with Proton email. It's only safe if it's Proton email to Proton email. The moment you breach that, you might as well have put it on the poster board. For fuck's sake. Oh.
Because they're my employees, and I'm like, hey, I learned this information. I'm gonna go forward with this. We can't say this.
Did you have an NDA with them?
I did not.
You stupid woman! You stupid woman!
This is so stupid. This is so insanely stupid. If this, Lauren, if you happen to come by this stream here, first of all, second, if you're doing this as a business, then act as it is a business. For everything I've seen so far, it's amateur evening. But if you do it in that scale that you supposedly do, you need the legal protections. You have to have the NDAs in place from the beginning. Instead, you seem to have, more or less like a Discord server. Hey, who wants to help me with this? I can pay $50 or stuff like that. I don't know. But if you're handling this kind of sensitive information, if you're talking to victims, you can't just talk to them who are expecting your privacy and then just, hey, guess who I just talked to and about? You don't fucking do that. Jesus Christ.
I did not.
There's the big challenge right there.
They've posted threats online threatening
Okay.
to release her private stuff.
And we have said cease
What
and
happens-
desist from a report.
Threats, and they are threatening to make this public. Two different things. You, at the very beginning here, they are sending threats. Okay. No, they are saying, hey, you fucked up. We are going to release this if you don't come clean, or whatever is said. No NDA. None. And as I said a few seconds ago, if Lauren and the Hidden True Crime LLC, well, if you have it under an LLC, then treat it like a fucking company with everything involved. Have a lawyer on standby that can tell you, hey, lawyer, I was talking to that victim who revealed this about this. Yeah, you can't tell that to anyone. Instead, she just, hey, guess what I talked about 5 minutes ago to employees without an NDA. You don't do that.
Or you do. Please do.
Yeah, do.
Lauren, please do.
Well, she can
Lauren
start
lost my
now.
sympathy a long time ago.
Yeah, I mean, she can start now, but everything up until now, fair game. Because you're a moron.
He's a moron.
Hey, baby on. Oh,
By the way, chat, we also miss Jeff. I'm pretty sure we're coming up
Yeah.
on his anniversary and it's hard.
yeah.
That's
And,
why I've been awkward about streaming. I've been actually really awkward about streaming, and I'm like, why? And I'm like, because I miss Jeff. That's it.
Did
That's
I send
it.
Hella the wrong link? I sent everybody the same link.
Oh, you want
That's
to? Oh, okay.
Oh,
He's starting to learn that if he cries, he gets what he wants, which is so cute.
oh, there it is. No, it's the right link. You have
What's
this.
wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? You don't want the hat? Okay, you don't have to wear it. Here, we'll take it off. You want mommy's attention? I saw you.
Hey, hello.
Hey, hey, Dani.
Hey.
What was wrong with the? It's the same link.
You sent me the Friday link.
What? No, I'm looking at
It
it.
said
Well,
the stream was
you're here now.
ended.
You're here now. That's important. That's the important thing. We are about. We are. Let's see here. An hour into the stream, and we have managed to go just 2 minutes and 45 seconds of
Okay.
this.
Wh-
This is the June 19th.
Okay, so yeah, I know, but there's like 5 body cams from June 19th. So which one are you up to?
Part 1, raw enhanced audio from.
From me?
Uh,
Can you scroll over the top and tell me what the title says again? June 19, part 1. Okay.
No, they say
Yeah.
I picked the Everyday with Jay video.
Oh, you did you? Oh, that's lovely of you. Thank you.
Yeah.
No kidding. Love Jay. Hi, Jay. I did send you my playlist.
Now here is when she just revealed to the cop that she doesn't have any NDAs.
Duh.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Doe, because her lawyer's name is Doe, but he changed his name 5 times because, he doesn't want to be served with any legal papers.
Also, even if she had an NDA, okay, and this person disclosed this information, it's not a criminal act. This is not a crime that has occurred for which you would call the police.
No, it's not.
It doesn't count under extortion for criminal legal purposes.
No, but even her lawyer doesn't know it's not extortion because he gets on the phone later and goes, "Oh, but extortion act," and he calls out the statute for extortion.
I know, that's my favorite part, so I'm going to shut up so that we can get there.
Yeah, right.
All right.
I'd have to see what those are.
Yeah.
Do you have a lawyer already?
I have a lawyer that is my brother. He sent cease and desist, and
Oh, wait.
Never represent your family.
I mean, he's a
Wait,
good lawyer.
I thought
So it's like,
Yeah.
she said my lawyer is not my brother.
That was
I
on the
don't know
9 Hour
where they're
Live.
coming from thinking that because my lawyer is not my brother. You remember that?
Yeah, well, that was 3 months later, so she might have forgot.
Oh, so it's okay. I'm just laughing because I swear she must have watched my stream because I was like specifically like, oh, well, yeah, if you have a brother who you can afford to, go to lawfare with, go for it. Like, I'm not saying her claim was completely frivolous, right? Initially. So sure, if you have a brother and you think you have a claim, go for it. A good faith claim, go for it. And then she came out with her second follow-up stream. She was like, I don't know why people thought that my brother is my lawyer. And I'm like, well, because you said he was twice now.
Yeah. Maybe
Twice.
she changed lawyer, but it's still, he did according to herself.
According to her, that's her lawyer. That's her attorney dealing with this matter in particular. So come at me, bro. Okay, keep going. Sorry.
Yeah, but she has 4 lawyers though. She has a team of them. But I think
Of course.
one of them might have 4 names. So
I think what she did is she hired her brother's law firm, and maybe there's 4 associates in the firm, and they put their names on the heading.
Oh.
So that's
And
pretty
it'll be the
common.
same
Yeah,
person.
but I mean, I remember from the Randazza letter because I checked the name that he replied to, which was a part of a larger law firm who had office in Florida, and
Right.
still they used. If they have an office in Florida, why did they still use the Utah to send the letter?
Well, because the filings are all done in Utah, the case is in Utah.
Yeah.
And so he was responding to the Utah attorneys. That's why.
He actually
that
was a
makes
different lawyer. So that was Deese, that Andrew Deese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And-
We'll keep going. Sorry.
I mean, we could do this for days. And
Yeah.
I have. I've been doing it for weeks.
They but yeah, he sent cease and desist and said these are private, and he cited case law and laws. And I have those. the cease and desist sent. And
Cited the computer fraud for hacking your.
Well, did you share your password with employees so they could do things under your premise? Like in your absence, you says, here's my password, go ahead and.
I sent them some passwords, but then the employment terminated.
Okay.
And I changed what I thought were all my passwords, and I am concerned that I had given them, I did not ever give them permission to get in an iCloud whatsoever.
Okay.
Does Grayson live with them? Does
No,
Grayson
so
live with her?
Well, I mean, there's some question about whether she stays with them at their house, but they are actually at the moment in Grayson's apartment, right?
I see.
So Grayson's apartment is in Henderson, and their house is in Las Vegas, right? So that's about 20 minutes away. So
Sure.
we are wondering what the hell she's doing staying at Grayson's apartment.
With a robe. Is that a bathrobe she's wearing? Like, is she
we
she
don't
went
know.
swimming that day?
We've been
Do
trying to
you
work
have
that out.
implied permission in the United States? I mean, if she gives out her passwords, then they have the implied permission to use them.
Right.
Yeah.
No, yeah,
So-
you're right. We have that. And well, and it's for the period of time that they're employed and for the purposes of their employment, right? So whatever it is that you gave them their password for. But even then, let's say that she's using it to extort her on her terms. Okay. Still, civil law. You're calling the police over a civil matter.
Mm.
The cops should have washed their hands of it right then and said, yeah, well, ma'am, sorry, there's nothing I can do for you. Have a wonderful day. And leave.
Yeah. In order for you to do something about it, you have to
They
go
do
to
it with
civil court.
domestic cases all the time. When I'm sitting there screaming over the phone at the police officer, this is a protective order, not a civil stalking injunction. This is a protective order. You need to arrest the guy. Okay. The cops wash their hands of this shit all the time. Why they hang out with her is just, I wonder if they thought the robe would come undone or something. I don't know. I don't.
But that we know she has her connections within different law enforcement offices. You have that. What's her name? His name, Bobby.
Bobby Joe Olsen.
Yeah.
In Aurora, the one who addressed her police department as worker bees.
Yeah.
Who
were her personal detail at CrimeCon.
Oh,
yes.
Probably.
Yes.
I haven't seen the papers yet. But
if I were
on taxpayers'
citizen of
money,
the city Aurora, I'd be very disappointed if I were a resident.
Oh, big time. But between all of us, right, and just us, we're waiting on a lot of the records to come back because they're being withheld.
Yeah.
Right. So there is a public records request for all of the paperwork, all of the emails, everything related to that case. But a lot of it hasn't been supplied because there is maybe allegedly an internal affairs investigation going on.
Oh.
Ooh. Yes.
Ooh.
So something might be going on with Bobby Joe and that whole situation. But who knows whether we'll find out the upshot. But there's documents we haven't seen.
Yeah, I would assume so because I haven't seen it. I'm just here second-handing and having a lot of fun with, because I really don't care about about Lauren, or I didn't until she sent a cease and desist to a friend of mine. Now I'm kind of pissed off.
Yeah, well, she sent a cease and desist to a few friends of mine.
Yeah. And
are you guys at liberty to say who your friends are?
I can say you can't. I can't.
No.
I can't. Well, okay. So there's one who I call Mr. Breakfast, and he wants to remain anonymous. But he is an ex-employee of Lauren's, and she accused him of hacking her computer emails and stuff like that. And she's caught on this body cam, we've redacted the hell out of it so that his name's not in it. But I've known him for a couple of years. He ain't no hacker, right? And he's the one who actually hired Mark Randazza. And the other people that got cease and desist, Lindsay is one of them. Another one is, their names have been released now. There's Stephanie and Colette.
Well,
So these are
I'm
all
just
people-
disappointed I didn't get one. It sounds like there was a party I wasn't invited to, and I'm really sad.
Exactly. But let me tell you something about the cease and
I
desist.
make good videos against her, okay? I want some freaking cease and desist material.
She started firing off cease and desist the actual day that she had a altercation with Christina in Phoenix, Maricopa County Court, and Christina said to her, "Hey, I've seen a text message and been saying some nasty stuff about me," right? And that got her so worried that she took legal action that day.
I just don't get it. Like, okay, so people find out that you're not actually pro-victim, okay? Or that you've made fun of people, that you're a petty bitch. Let's say that that's the case, okay? Let's assume that's true. If true, so what?
Yeah.
So what? Your channel is not super pro-victim. Are you a hypocrite? Yes. Did you screw up? Yes. You make an apology video, maybe pull out a ukulele, do a little song and dance and move on. Like, nobody really
I got that reference.
Yeah, I mean, that
Dani.
happened in April,
Dani.
May, June, whatever. But now all of a sudden we have this Streisand effect. She tries to
Right.
bury it so hard that everybody wants to know what it is.
Danny,
And you get
it's
just
more
say,
than that.
folks, I'm so sorry.
It's
I had
not
a
Danny.
lapse of judgment.
Hey,
And I
folks, I'm
spoke
really
things-
sorry. I was an asshole. Sometimes, you know, we make disconnects from the material we're working with. Because I'm a journalist, because I work with this material, I have really dark humor. It was inappropriate. It was before I knew this person, or it's when I knew this person and I thought we had a pretty good rapport and I thought I could say those things. And I realize now, in hindsight, that was really inappropriate. I'm sorry. And move on.
Yeah. And then, boom, on to the next case, high profile, and people will. I mean,
Right.
mo-
Her
most
brother
of
can go and
our-
make money as an actual attorney representing actual cases instead of, you know, representing her and wasting time.
Danny, if it was just that she has spoke badly of victims, do you think she would be saying it's about victims?
Yeah. Because I think that she is so personal opinion here, based on everything I've seen, based on her reactions, based on her actions in every video we've seen. She's fairly narcissistic and neurotic, and she holds herself in super high esteem, and she believes that everybody holds her in that same esteem. And if people aren't blowing sunshine up her ass saying, "You're so amazing," calling for law and justice and accountability, she sees herself as like an angel of justice. And so
Yes,
any slight on that, she can't handle. She can't handle the fact that she's just a reporter who's covering a case. And that's it.
Okay. But have you seen the bit where John comes in and he's like, "Everything we've worked for is about to be gone in a minute"?
Yes, I have.
I haven't.
Do you think that's?
Is this video?
I don't know. No, it's probably about the third one in. Do you think that's just her saying some bad stuff about victims?
I do. I know that some people think it's worse. I don't tend to think it's worse. I think it's that simple. I think she talks shit on some victims, talks shit on the people she worked with, probably is a little bit of a mean girl, and she's delusional. And I think that her husband is in on the delusion and he wants to defend and protect his wife. And he knows that if she has to apologize and pull a Miss Bollinger, right, and pull out a ukulele, they could lose all of their income, all of it. If they get canceled, quote unquote canceled, it's done, it's over. So who they should be paying right now is a PR specialist, not an attorney, in my personal opinion. So those are my thoughts.
That's all I
Employment
have
has
to say.
terminated, and I actually think they went and figured out how to get into it.
Okay.
So that was a matter of permission.
I'm not a big IT person, so I mean, how they could hack it, because Apple's one of the hardest things to hack. So it would have to be, I'm leaning more to the point of a shared password that wasn't changed.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
No hacking.
And when were they terminated?
Which
Did
is
you have a
even
termination
more
letter,
evil,
or
man.
what'd you have?
Yeah, with Lindsay, I do.
Yeah.
I have termination letters.
But you don't know who's, so it sounds like there's more than one
There's
more than one person that could be
So
doing
there's
this.
multiple people involved. The people I have talked to have been saying names of who's involved, and they are telling me you need to be prepared for this to go public. They want her head on a platter. They want to destroy her.
Okay.
These people are.
I couldn't care less what happens to her. But again, had she come clean back in April, May, June, this would have been over by now. Yeah, she had to rebuild, but I mean, she has a 300,000 subscriber account on YouTube.
Yep.
It's kind of easier to rebuild with that foundation. I mean,
Yep.
especially if people believe you've taken the high ground. Now instead, you have all the letters, the copyright claim, and all the things. Yeah, now she could actually be ruined. Because if this is their income, good luck.
if it's her income, bye, 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 bye. That's it. Bye, bye, bye. Because that's what it is. I guarantee you guys, that's all this is if it's something more, it might be something personal. Like maybe she had a fling with someone. Maybe she had an affair. Who the hell knows? I don't frankly care, but it is a hit to the reputation, and that's all she's flying on with all 300,000 subscribers. Nobody knows that she was a professional reporter prior to YouTube. I didn't know that until she came on and talked about it. So I don't think anyone would care. I think they would move on because her content shouldn't be based on her, but she's made it about her. So like Rakeda, for example, his content, what he was producing was his comedy and his thoughts and his ideas, his opinion, right? On cases, not just covering the cases themselves. So a hit on his reputation would destroy his brand and his money, his income. With her, if she just moved back to focusing on the cases, focused on what she's actually doing, right? Refocuses her brand and then comes out and apologizes, I think she'll be fine. Personal opinion. I only unsubscribed.
Depends what it is, man.
Became anti her when she started bringing the law into this. And I was like, lady, what are you doing? Please collect your cats and go home. So mean.
Depends what it doesn't. Okay, so what I've said a lot on my channel is, and this is a lot of people think the same thing. What has happened is far worse than anything that could be revealed in any text messages now.
Yep.
1000%. So much worse. Yep, it is. And but guys, Christina, the non-stalker, she didn't just lose some tickets to CrimeCon and an airplane ticket. She has had to defend herself. She has had to hire lawyers. That's not cheap.
No.
This has had a big impact on her life. And now, I don't know if you've seen the latest update, but both her and the man I was talking about a minute ago, a friend of mine who hired Mr. Randazza, both her and him have had unwanted communication sent to their workplace, and she has had her husband and her mother have letters sent to them.
I saw the updates that people probably from Hidden True Crime are contacting the employers saying, are you sure you want to keep this person hired? And stuff like that. And now that is tortoise, no, not maybe not tortoise interference, but it's another thing. But if you're actively threatening somebody's employment, now you're into really deep water. Now, they might say the same, but they are threatening our income. No, we are questioning your ability to be truthful.
Mm-hmm.
All we all are doing with with snark and accompanied, why does she have a face that looks like it's transplanted? But it's all about, what are you doing? There's a stark difference.
I have the first threat here, and I have the email that we got.
So what's the threat? What's the words of the threat?
This one was public service announcement. So for context, she had a private conversation with another person who works for her this day, and just said she was really upset about the falling out and how this ended, the employment stuff ended. And 2 hours later, this goes on social media. Public service announcement. You better quit lying in private before the truth gets told in public. I'm not sure if you're suffering from delusions or amnesia, but you're trying to play with OG Crash House. We don't mind me exposing what needs to be exposed. Didn't act you as a courtesy, but don't mistake that for hesitation. They put that in a public forum.
Okay.
And then at first
Take a screenshot of that if you can.
Oh, I have it.
Okay.
At first I told her, I'm not sure that this is what you think it is. Like, this could just be coincidence. And then
Or an idle, a threat in a sense of, oh, we have stuff on you, but maybe they don't.
Right. Well, and I was like, how would they have gotten that message?
Yeah. Give me 1 second here.
Still a civil.
Yeah, I'm going to call for service right now. Are you going to be in that area for a little while, or?
Hang on, I'm just dealing with some crazy bitches.
You got a particular location you got to visit?
Hey, you.
Okay, I'll see if I can get off.
Going on. Can you get out of there?
I'll text you when I get done with this call for service and see if you're still in the area then. Okay. All right. Thanks a lot, man. Bye.
So when they posted this, they said, I'm not sure, but I started digging. By that point, you had lost access to your email. That we thought was really strange. We're like, that's weird. You've lost access to your emails. I was able to recover those and locked everything down. I could tell that things had been messed with.
Okay.
And then we went to a trial that we were reporting at 2 weeks later, and somebody came up to you and said, all your messages are everywhere. People have them.
And they're horrible.
And so that's when we,
And other people are getting
Did
hurt. Again, my biggest concern
they
is-
say specific though? Because to say there's a lot of them out there that's not specific, that just
we got
I'm just trying to say that somebody truly saw, or they're saying that they saw.
we received some of the messages that
From-
are out there.
You received the messages that somebody
the
else.
screenshots
Okay.
of my private messages
Okay.
from a person that shouldn't have had them.
Okay.
And exactly what I thought, this person was hurt by things said about her in private.
Okay.
Yeah, so you talked shit about somebody and they found out and now they're pissed off. Yeah, you know what to do? Don't talk shit about people.
Or do, but do it publicly, right?
Yep.
Like, don't talk shit about people behind their back is always the answer. Like, if you're going to talk shit about people, make it clear to them that you don't like them and why. And then you can talk as much shit as you would like. Then that's fine. I don't think that's bullying. I think you're allowed to not like people and you're allowed to talk shit about them. That's my personal opinion. Also, I just realized that is not a robe. It appears it's a 2-piece and I kind of like it. It's giving me like hippie crazy cat lady vibe, but I'm also vibing it. I don't know what that says about me.
Unless that person she's talking shit about is a victim.
Yeah.
Because now all of a sudden she has this, oh, I care about victims. Look how good I am. Look how all the things I am. And then privately, oh, she's just such a bitch. Yeah. Maybe just shut the fuck up. Hidden True Crime LLC, limited liability, whatever. Treat it as a company. You're the boss. A boss who goes around with employees and talks shit about the things you are covering. Yeah, if you are a boss, be a boss. but she doesn't seem to know how to act like a boss.
For somebody who covers like true crime, she doesn't really know what a crime is.
No.
No.
And I mean, if you are covering true crime, once in a while you come across bad copyright claims. I mean, there are channels out there who specialize in bad copyright claims. You have Leonard French, for instance, and a lot of people who are covering it. It's not like it's, hey, let's do this copyright shit. That will get people to shut up about it. No. Now you're just entering in a whole new area of LawTube that is specializing in copyright claims. So now you have true crimers and the copyright thingies. I mean,
you have true crimers and law tubers.
Yeah.
Uniting. I never thought I would be in the true crime sphere. That's kind of why I've never really cared about hidden true crime or Laura, because I'm like, to me, I'm like, you're not even in my zone. Like you and I are in totally different aspects of YouTube. And like I'm in the legal sphere. I care about law stuff, you know? And to the extent that that veers into criminal aspects of law, obviously I care. But you know, I'm not Rotten Mango. I'm not hidden true crime. I'm not these true crime podcast people. I just, I mean, that's why I say I really do think she was talking shit about victims. That it makes me think she was talking shit about victims because true crime is so respectful of victims online that I've seen, generally speaking. And it's a really quick way to destroy your own channel.
Yeah.
Oh, Dani, I think she was. I just don't think that's all.
Yeah. You think it was something more though? Yeah. What do you think it was? Allegedly. You're if you were her, if you were in her shoes, okay, correction. What do you think would make someone behave like this?
Maybe something to do with like, okay, so just hypothetically. What if she gets really involved? She gets really involved with the cases, like hyper involved, right? So she talks to witnesses and stuff whilst trials are happening,
which is dumb.
Okay.
Oh my God. What if one of the witnesses were influenced or changed their statement or testified to something to her and then it was different on the stand? Oh my God.
Okay. I'm not saying it happened. I'm just like, that's an example.
I'm saying that could have. It definitely could have.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, that would not only ruin her channel, but if
that would have legal implications.
If a witness told her one thing and then another thing on the stand.
Something like that. Or maybe a juror. She talks to jurors all the time. Like, I mean, has interviews with them afterwards.
You guys can hear the background.
No, you're right. Like he talks to jurors afterwards. So like she's very much someone who, as soon as there's somebody, Dali said this, right? Because he's met her like at the Charles Fellow trial. As soon as someone walks in the room who could give her an interview, she's like, boom.
Yeah.
Do you know if she interviewed Melanie
Gibb? Probably. I don't know.
I have my suspicions about Melanie Gibb. I don't think she's I think that there's something else going on there. I think that the defense should have harped on it a little more. I think that the prosecution, if they didn't look into it more, should have looked into it more. You're telling me that the woman who was there the night that JJ died, the woman who was there with her husband from the very beginning, the woman who was there through all the podcasts, the woman who was there for all the side quests, you're telling me that woman who was so offended by her friend having this ongoing affair, but also went along with the ongoing affair and kept it quiet for so many years. She had nothing to do with any of this, and we should just take her testimony at face value.
something's wrong there. Exactly. Hey, sorry, we're in the middle of a conversation, but also the thing with Laurie Daybell giving an interview to Nate Eaton and not to Lauren is already like a lot of people are talking about whether or not there was money put on her commissary and other things.
Oh.
I mean, it's not unheard of.
Yeah.
No, it's not
It's
unheard of.
not unheard of. Like,
Not
but if
unheard.
that's the case, then again, just say, yeah, I wanted an interview with her. Yeah, this is what I wanted. I wanted to get the story. I wanted to get the truth for you guys and for me.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Just be honest
How much
and move
money?
on. Unless you think that you're an angel of justice and truth and mercy and light, in which case it's a bad look.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's
So
I don't have to pay for interviews. They are all coming to me, and all of a sudden,
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm not just talking about like just some messages like, oh, so and so is clueless or whatever, right? There's more that could be there.
yeah, and that's the thing. Since we don't know, and she keeps on hiding, and lawfare and copyright claims and strikes and everything.
And
Well,
meanwhile,
then she leaves the interpretation to us.
and Dr.
And we
John's
have
whole
no
background is
issue.
scrubbed from the internet.
And this is all speculative. People who are listening, we are in the land of speculation. Nothing we
Thank you
say
for that.
here has any factual basis. We are not making any claims of fact or even
We're allowed
opinion.
to do
We
that.
are
Yep.
speculating.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm Team Lauren, but I don't know about you guys.
He's Team Lauren.
Team Lauren.
He's Team Lauren. But this isn't even the can of worms around Dr. John either. This isn't even starting the can of worms on Dr. John.
Yeah, I does every panelist have a cat?
I used to.
I have a
Well,
dog
Mr. Jingles is out catching rodents at the moment. So, and Dani has a pup.
and a baby.
And
Hey,
a
Vice
baby.
Spice.
How you doing?
Hey, Connor.
How are you?
I just had like a 20-piece chicken from Wingstop and a good old veggie basket, so I am happy.
I want a Wingstop chicken 20p. Oh, I'll just call my husband and make him make me.
I was gonna say, do you want me to send you one, or like you want to ask her husband?
What am I talking about? He's at the restaurant right now. Actually, we're getting ready to open like next week. So,
Oh, nice.
nice baby, you have to come and get some. And also, you guys, if I disappear, it's not because anyone showed up on stream or because I don't love you all. It is baby. So
It's
I'll
me.
go quiet now. Probably you. I wasn't going to say anything, but
Sorry.
probably. I mean, I've never seen you once in my life,
Fair.
so probably not you. Actually,
Yeah,
Happens all
Danny,
the
just
time.
send me the deets and I'll be there, Danny.
I will. Let's do it, Connor.
Hell yeah.
Not like that.
Right. Yep. I wasn't thinking that way, but hey, since you brought it up, yeah, not that way.
Oh,
Improve it, young. Here we go. Hello, Sarah's here.
oh.
Hey, oh, guy.
So you
I'm
lost
sorry,
your-
Paladin, that you lost your last cat this week. I'm sorry. I mean, I make fun of me and Mr. Jingles, how he destroys my shoulder because he can't boop without his claws, and those are sharp as fuck. But I mean, what would I do without him? I mean, he keeps the farm clean, and then once in a blue moon, he's actually cuddly, and yeah. And Mr. Jingles is 11 now, so, and he has
This guy
tried to
wins.
he's tried to end himself on a couple of occasions. I mean, he fell off the roof. We believe he got run over once, and then he locked himself inside a container for 2 weeks. I mean, he has got rid of a few of his 9 lives already. But yeah, what would I do without him?
Hoping this one makes it to 20.
Yeah, I'm saying Mr. Jingles will break the record, because then I might pass before him. Um, and then
Nick,
he will
don't
have
say that.
dinner.
Don't say that. Yeah, tell him. He says, "I like you, Nick. Don't say that."
Aw. Hello.
All right, you guys, I gotta go. He's needing my full undivided attention.
Okay.
Sorry.
No
Okay.
worries. No worries.
I'll be
fun,
watching
Dani.
though from the background and laughing at your
Yeah.
commentary.
Thanks for being here.
Bye.
Bye, Danny.
Bye. Oh. Yeah, so there's Laura Mathias and Hidden True Crime. Yeah, it could be a lot worse than our speculation, or it could be a nothing burger that she is driving out of proportion because she believes it's a big deal. But we
Well,
don't
her
know.
husband believes it's a very big deal.
Well, yeah, but then again, her husband is a hack. So
Well, he has some good wines.
Oh, did you see the clip of the that British psychologist? Because somebody was in their chat and said these are the things that this person is saying, and he can't say that. It was about a week ago.
There is no internet history on Dr. John Mathias. It's all scrubbed. Everything. That is not
I'm not
right.
surprised. I'm not
Everything
surprised.
we found is all on Wayback Machine.
Yeah.
And the doctors of psychology are supposed to keep a record. Like they're supposed to be
The
transparent.
record of employment, record of everything, where you were employed, at what times, and everything. All of that
should have a record of you.
Yeah. And so him scrubbing everything. Yeah. Maybe. Yeah. Or again, speculation. What would make a clinical psychologist who have made opinions about victims, defendants, and stuff, what would make such a person scrub everything?
They were in an affair with Grayson.
He says he has been a expert witness in 500 trials. Well, where's that?
Where are they? Yeah.
Yeah.
Where are those trials? And if he's been an expert witness in 500 trials and is now online spewing absolute garbage, what does that do to his testimony in those trials?
Yep. Did you see my video about his intervention in adolescent sexual problems?
Nope. I've been working, 14-hour
I didn't know there was such a thing as adolescent sexual problems.
Well, I think I'm kind of the outlier in that. So.
In 2019 or so, he was treating in St. George, Utah, which is exactly the same place where Jody Hildebrandt was practicing. He was treating adolescents for sexual problems, i.e. porn addiction, in competition with Jody Hildebrandt's business. But Jody Hildebrandt was doing better. And the reason I know this is because Lauren said so. She said that Jody was getting all the work.
I know.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. So I went and checked on the Wayback Machine what he was teaching or counseling people in. He was taking adolescent boys on these family strive sort of trip through the mountains to stop them from having these urges to look at pornography, because that was porn addiction.
Reprogramming.
Yes. Because of their failure to launch. I don't know what launch means, but
I'm guessing become an adult, like leave the house and become mature.
And so that was meant to fix them. Otherwise, they would need more prolonged treatment. Yes, and that's exactly what Jody Hildebrandt was doing.
Yeah, we know what she actually did.
Yes.
How
so
her
anyways,
reprogramming.
opening a can of worms.
Yeah, how her interpretation of reprogramming, which included duct tape and violence and starvation.
Yeah. So I'm not making out for a minute that he was involved in anything like that. But they were definitely in competition in the same area at the same time, giving out the same sort of treatment to adolescents. And by the way, porn addiction, sexual addiction is not recognized in the DSM-5.
No.
So how you can treat an adolescent for something that's not recognized in the DSM-5 is kind of beyond me.
Yeah, that's kind of dodgy. It's like one of these other cases I'm covering now, the hyperbaric chamber explosion up in Michigan. Hyperbaric chamber treatment to kids there is no recommendation anywhere, especially for ADD and sleep apnea in 5-year-olds. Yeah, that there is
I never
hyperbaric chamber is the one treating for diving sickness.
Oh,
that's a hyperbaric chamber. Now, these treatment facilities are all across the United States, apparently, where these facilities treat patients by 100% oxygen and then pressurize the chamber. And this specific chamber, they didn't use the bracelet grounding. And then a spark, and it blew up, killing the 5-year-old. So, but this treatment it's nowhere. It's not recognized as a treatment, and they still do it.
Great.
So
Sarah has to leave.
That's the parallel here. That this reprogramming of youth with this type of addiction. Yeah, but if it's not recognized, how do you control it works? And we know now with Hildebrandt that, well, if you duct tape their hands together for days and days on end, it will be harder to perform some activities. But I don't think it's good treatment. Let's just say that. And if John was involved in that type of thing, that makes him an even more horrible person than I ever imagined.
Oh, look,
I mean,
I'm only scratching the surface.
Yeah, and I kind of already know he's a horrible person because of his. I don't make diagnosis, but Rick Allen is a sociopath. Are you fucking stupid?
Well, he does spend a lot of time around a sociopath, so. I'm just
not a diagnosis.
Not a diagnosis.
No.
All right, let's look some more at this.
I apologize, but again, like I said, people just think this is a fun game for them, and like there's one person who volunteered for me, for example, I'm just using an example, who's I learned is suicidal. And behind the scenes, as she's volunteering for me, behind the scenes, people are complaining. My employees are complaining about this person. I'm like, look, I know, she's annoying, but like.
Jesus Christ, Lauren.
The person who's suicidal is annoying.
They're really such a bummer. I don't like being around them. They make me sad.
God.
They really just kill the room vibe.
The vibes.
That's so selfish.
She's married to a psychologist and blurts out that to other employees as a boss. No, that's not. So she's talking shit about other employees She's talking shit about volunteers to employees. She's encouraging this shit talking.
Can I just give you one little piece of context here?
Yep.
They aren't employees. None of these people are employees. They were her friends, and they happened to do some modding.
Yeah.
She keeps calling everyone her employees. Only one of them was actually doing not her friend, an employee, like contracted, and that was my friend Mr. Breakfast, right? The guy who she accused of hacking. The rest were her friends.
Yeah.
100% top priority friends who did some modding, some contract work, like as in, when I say contract work, Christina did some graphic design jobs, mates rates, but friends.
Yeah. And just the way she talks about them as subordinates.
Yeah.
And talking, I mean, if she talks shit about that person to those, she's probably doing in the opposite direction as well. Lauren learned to say, I hear what you're saying. Oh, I hate that phrase.
You don't think she talked bad about me to Grayson, do you? When I met her? Got a photo with her, but then her and Grayson kind of went off for a little bit, and they were talking. I didn't hear what they were saying.
That guy's creepy and annoying.
Why is he wearing a suit? It's April in Phoenix. Like 100 degrees out here.
He thinks he's so good.
All right, and with this, we are up to $15. It's $35 to the next spin on the Wheel of Regrets. For you who just joined, Nick, what's the Wheel of Regrets? This is the Wheel of Regrets. It's a part of my Slightly Buzzed Friday show. Well, today it's Saturday because I had prior commitments yesterday. So we are doing this today. And Slightly Buzzed, yeah, I'm having gin and tonics in a proper glass. Of course, you have gin and tonics in a pint glass. What else would you do? So that is the Wheel of Regrets. And if you donate to the channel $50 in one clump sum, you choose my poison. It's either hot sauce or what brand of alcohol I have home. All right, let's get back to this.
Just deal with it.
Yeah.
She gets this, like, you know what I mean? Like, this is like, to me, I'm like,
wait a minute, did you just say, yes, I know she's annoying, but deal with it?
Mm-hmm.
Aren't you the employer who has a responsibility towards your employees to run a safe workplace? I mean, that's kind of your responsibility. And here you are also talking shit and then tells people you handle it. Yeah, no, that's not. If they were actual employees and this is how she ran the LLC, they would have a case, I believe. Because now she is creating the unhealthy workplace.
and I know you guys deal with this every day, like, people are assholes, but, like, she could self-harm. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
this is so upsetting on so many levels, not just like, oh, woe is me.
Right.
Like, I care about all these
I get it.
people.
I get it. But my job is to decipher if there's a criminal act or not.
Correct. Okay.
So I'm there's a lot of crummy people out there that are horrible to other people, whether it's child against parent against child, saying ugly things.
Sure.
Or what
Saying
Democrats are doing to Trump.
is despicable, but it's not against the law.
Sure.
So that's what
Yeah. Hey, in Tut-Tut's memory. Oh, your cat was named Tut-Tut. Oh. Yeah. In Tut-Tut's memory. Thank you so much.
I just like when this cop starts getting into politics later.
Oh, blood, don't bring it up. God. I had to deal with a comment thread about that.
Oh, God, really?
Yeah.
Because they start making fun of the cops. I guess they probably thought.
No, making fun of me because I brought it up.
Everyone in chat was bringing it up.
Yeah.
I need to do is
you need to
decipher if a crime has been committed, and then what route we would go down to trying to prove that.
Yeah. Correct.
Because cybercrime is it's a whole different
other-
challenge and stuff.
So I agree.
And
I hear what you're saying.
if they're not asking for money, it's hard to say that there's extortion there. Okay.
Okay.
So, or asking for something in return. That's hard to say that there's extortion because, I mean, if you look at just the political arena, people have dirt on people, have dirt on people, have dirt on people.
Right.
Hey, I'm going to let this out if, you don't do this for me.
Sure.
That would be extortion, sure.
But they are not doing the if you don't do this for me. There's no such thing. It is, hey, you had actions. There will be consequences. Like, reveal. And no NDAs. They are not employees. You handed over the passwords yourself. Yeah, tough luck, lady. And thank you again, Derek. You're very, very. Thank you so much. Brings us to $30 to the next spin on the Wheel of Regrets.
But if for being vindictive or saying, I know you're not telling the truth, so unless you tell the truth, I'm going to let this out. That's not really for money or personal gain. That's just saying, hey, I'm going to out you.
Right.
Right. So the crime in that is, there's no real crime.
Yeah.
So then it comes down to you did share passwords with persons. So it would be like, well, when were these conversations or when were these emails compared to, did they forward themselves the emails or copy the emails, 10 weeks ago compared to they were fired 2 weeks ago and got in there and got them within the last 2 weeks. I mean, if there was something that you could say, yes, this is a conversation I had 2 weeks ago, nobody knew about it prior, and all of a sudden now they know about it, then it's like, okay, well, they shouldn't know about it because you changed your passwords and we can cut the date off at this. 10 weeks ago was a conversation compared to 2 weeks ago was a conversation. These people were let go 4 weeks ago. So there's no way they should have known this stuff, because that's where the NDAs come in hugely. Huge.
There were no NDAs.
All I know. He's kind of shoving it in her face. Well, you don't need NDAs when they're your friends.
That's the thing. You don't need NDAs when they're your friends.
Yeah.
Which you still do, but
thank
she's an
you
idiot.
from Karen, who bought 3 coffees over at Buy Me a Coffee. Appreciating your work from Perth, Western Australia. Is that close to you?
No, they're from the part of Australia that we tried to build a wall, but it was too far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they tried to make Perth pay for it, and it was a whole thing.
Well, but then we realized that they've got most of the resources that, we need them, otherwise we'd be poor. So
trade is better than war. Yeah, but thank you so much. That gets us within striking distance. $15 to the next spin on the Wheel of Regrets. Yay! And thank you so much. Thank you.
Huge. NDAs are lifesavers for people like you.
Yeah.
So, and celebrities, Hollywood, all that stuff.
She signed with her. Unfortunately, they were my employees. I probably wasn't considered a public figure, and then I got.
You trusted them, and unfortunately, I mean, I've had a small business, so I get it.
Yeah.
It's they're great until they're not.
Right, and then it sucks. And then now that I'm a public figure, and there are other people
limited public
figure
could be really hurt by this. Yeah. So
other people? No. Yeah, I mean, depending on what you actually talked about. Yeah, it can be really hurtful to other people knowing that they trusted you and you were a cunt. I mean,
language.
It's my channel.
Fair enough.
But I'm a lady.
That's no lady.
She's a lady.
I can ruin my own channel by saying stupid things. You can't.
He's already done it by bringing me on.
Yeah, I mean, I'm already at risk here.
I'm just used to correcting people around me who are like saying the C word, and I'm like, but there's a lady present. Lady.
We are 2 hours in. And I'm now my second gin and tonic.
Ruh-roh.
In a pint glass.
Yeah, and the other people to be hurt, then they would be the victims, though, not you. So I understand that you're feeling for them and you don't want them to be hurt. I understand that. But at that point, if they are hurt, that would be them going after persons based on them being the victim of whatever that is.
I'm the victim.
Them being victims of what Lauren said.
Correct.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
oh, almost sprayed water from my nose. Okay, we have a new goal for this stream.
I mean, it just boggles my mind how she talks shit about victims of crime. Like, I can't even fathom who does that.
I don't know. I mean, I've been calling out. I mean, you have different trials where somebody testifies and I'm shouting, "You lying piece of garbage,"
while pretending to be their friend, like the family of someone who's murdered.
Yeah. Here's the thing: when I do this, I do it openly.
Yeah.
If I'm saying something, regardless of who it is, I will.
Oh yeah.
It won't be a surprise 6 months later.
Oh no.
Because I said it publicly.
I had
She's trying to hide it.
Yeah.
Because she's playing friendly, allegedly, with victims just to turn around and say, whatever she's talking about behind their backs.
Yeah, I covered a trial recently where the guy was quite eccentric, and I was kind of on his side. And then it was a domestic case, and his family, his granddaughter, all of them ended up in my comments after, like explaining what happened. I'm just like, ooh,
yeah,
okay, well, this is a little awkward.
Now I did tell you, Dali, who I had in my comments not that long ago.
Who?
Michael Turney was in my comments.
No!
Why didn't you know? You didn't tell me that.
It's
you
in
remember
your DMs.
Really?
Yeah, I sent it to I said Michael Turney is in my comments because he now comments on the trial when I covered it. So we had a brief discussion.
Wait, did he see me and talked about the whole winking incident?
me.
Well, we had a moment.
Yeah, but I told him, because on my day one of that trial, I was undetermined. I might have said a few interesting things. And I said, but Mr. Turney, check the later things. We even had people sitting behind you.
Yeah. At the time,
so he calmed down. Now he has this underlying conspiracy bit.
Oh God, yeah.
That he likes to talk about. But he haven't returned. Since then, he hasn't returned my hey, let's talk more.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had in my comments.
Hey, the guy you kind of smiled and winked at, wants your number.
Yeah,
Hit me
he
up.
did. He smiled and winked at you.
I was like, it was the first time I ever went to court, and I'm just sitting there after lunch, and he just comes out, and I'm kind of looking at him. I'm on the defense side. Who knew sitting behind the defense meant you're on their side? I didn't.
We knew.
Well, you guys knew. You just didn't tell me ahead of time.
But it worked out. It worked out.
It was all a setup.
I mean,
hey. Thank you so much. Oh wow, look at that. That gets us to the wheel of regrets. The wheel of regret. Bourbon. All right. Bonneville bourbon. Let's see here. Let's use my Alabama. shot glass. Yes, folks, this is the entertainment. Need to fall off my chair. Oh. Nom, nom, nom. Ooh. Thank you so much, everybody, for your continued support of the channel.
How's it going?
It's going great. Now, before we talk more about this case, Connor, I heard you are hosting the Modi Christmas this year.
Yeah, I was thinking probably 27th, because I got a few messages saying 27th would work better. So probably we'll do afternoon of the 27th, probably. I still haven't set up anything yet, but yeah, that's what I'm shooting for.
You guys out there, what's a Modi Christmas? That is the time of year we celebrate our moderators. I had it last year because
employees.
Right. That's what we have to call them now. Employees.
Yeah.
Worker bees.
Worker bees. And you need an NDA with them.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Just make sure you get
because they're friends.
Yes.
Now,
make sure you get them to sign at the Christmas party because that's a good time when they're all there.
Sign.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now this is a tradition which Jeff started, and then Jeff sadly passed, so I held it last year, and now Connor is taking over.
Yay!
Modi Christmas, where we celebrate our moderators. So yeah, that on the 27th. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll probably do 27th.
Great. Then we will make announcements when it gets closer.
Yeah.
It gets closer.
Yeah.
So our
And
moderators
dates can always
know.
change, but so far I'm shooting for 27th.
All right. Now let's check out more about these guys. We are 2 hours in, and we managed to cover 11 minutes, which is not uncommon on this channel because we have a lot to say. And Lauren, no, you cannot copyright claim this.
No, this is one thing she can't grab.
Actually,
that reminds me, I meant to ask you, you know that time that you covered one of her interviews, I think it was with Nick McClelland, and you had something over her face. Was it like a...
No, that was just
AI
a thumbnail.
filter?
That was the thumbnail. What I did was I was reading from I was watching and commenting on what happened without having the...
okay.
So I removed them completely.
Right. I thought you did something really clever.
Because that was when she was really happy about copyright claiming people covering her interviews with McLeland and Mr. Holman.
I can talk to her for you, Hella.
Oh, thanks.
Thank you.
No, I'm thinking about covering her 9-hour live again because now, in the light of all the truth that's come out, I'm actually thinking about covering her whole 9-hour live. But I'm thinking I might actually do something very clever with her footage.
You as long as it's in. I mean, we don't determine what's fair use. It's up to the courts and stuff like that. But maybe. I don't know. Maybe you will be.
I can transform it enough.
Yeah.
Yep. Anyway.
Makes sense.
June 9th was the second one. I found it. We had an email sent to us from Proton, which I don't know if you know what that is.
Yeah.
Double
encryption.
You know, if you only knew 111, the
double
subject was the truth
encryption?
will come out. Hidden true crime, more like hidden true lies. All of it will come to light. Your trash talking Kay Woodcock, Heather Daybell, Gigi, and Justin Lund, and Nady, and Ashley Bishop, Susan Hendricks, and Rob Wood, Rachel Smith, and Ray Hermes. All of them are BCC'd on this email. Your text
Dali
messages will prove it.
Okay.
Like they have her text messages.
So you moron revealed on a body cam all the names. You absolute moron.
Oh yeah. This is why it got out. Like,
Yeah.
what we know now is because of Lauren calling the cops and revealing all this on
Yeah.
body cam. And then the officer calling these people on body cam and then finding. Good.
Jesus Christ.
Nick, do you know the story of the Proton email?
I heard that the Proton email is something that she sent to herself. I haven't seen it confirmed.
Okay, well, no one has confirmed that, but do you know that she never put it into evidence?
That I heard, which is interesting because that is kind of the foundation for her harassment.
It is the only thing that really looks like a threat at all, right? And she also said in her 9-hour live that she heard about it months later. But this is 10 days after it arrived this year.
Yeah.
Right? There's so many inconsistencies around her statements to do with this email. And she's tried to blame it on a lot of people. And she seems to know a lot about who has received it, other than the people that are listed that it says that are BCC'd. She knows a lot about this email that she shouldn't know.
Yeah.
It's very strange.
Yeah.
And it's a very mean email. It's nothing like anything Christina's done.
Yeah.
It's extremely weird that she skipped right over it in her declarations. Completely.
Yeah. Isn't that strange? It's almost as if she hoped it would never come to this. That people will back down.
Well,
it's more than that. It's an omission.
Yeah.
It's a big omission.
Because like she can't say that it's a threat if she knows it's not a threat.
Yeah.
Why did she bring it up in the 9-hour live if she never put it into evidence? Why?
Yeah. That's a really that's a 300,000 subscriber question. Let's just say that.
Yes.
But they haven't sent them out though.
They have. We just haven't. People are calling me saying I have them. I've gotten files.
So you've seen the text messages. Did they say where they got them from?
We know some. I know
we could give you people who do know where they came from. So we called someone today.
So they would have to.
That's the person who said News Nation has reached out, Long Crime has reached out, and she said
they would have to be willing to work with us to help us find that. So that's the challenge as well. Because news people, they're like, we don't.
How'd you know that? They weren't on the list.
Yeah. How did they know that? If they weren't on the list? This seems to be an example of, oh, I'm way over my head. I wasn't. It's almost as if she's not prepared for these follow-up questions. It's almost as if she's never covered a case before in her life. Of course, cops are going to ask follow-up questions. They are investigating. So thank you, Mr. Officer, for not just saying, this is a civil matter. You have to do it in civil court. Thank you for the follow-up questions, because you took them serious. And now, the more we know what we don't know. The things Lauren said, this is happening to me, and then why weren't it in the files? Yeah.
Because
That's
she didn't want people to know. She didn't want it to come up in court.
Yeah.
Right? She wanted people to know about it because it's poor her. Right?
Yeah.
But she didn't want it to come up in court and become part of evidence, because why? It's sus. There's something sus about this Proton email. Am I going to say flat out she sent it to herself? I don't know enough about it. Christina said flat out that she sent it to herself. She sent it to the cop.
Want to reveal our sources.
I think this person.
So that's the big challenge too.
I think she would.
I think she would, and I explained to her. I said,
Then is this going to be considered slander? Have you talked to your brother about slander?
We've talked about everything. I mean, I called him this morning. I had a meeting with him this morning when I started realizing how this kind of happened this morning. Is I've been working behind the scenes for a few days trying to figure out what happened. And I get on a call with somebody this morning, and somebody said, "Is Stephanie a former employee of Lauren's?" And I said, "Yeah." Like, I didn't know this person knew who that was. And this person tells me, "Okay, well, I was told I should call Stephanie, and she'll give me everything. She has all those screenshots. She's the one with everything."
Okay.
And Stephanie was sent to cease and desist. We knew she was one of the ones that was doing all this behind the scenes.
But then you'd have to prove of that she shared after the fact.
Let's specify this. I think that somebody could tell you. I do think Gigi respects police.
Yeah.
And if she knew that police were calling, I think that she might share the sources.
Yeah.
She wouldn't
Okay.
share it with us.
Okay.
I do think, and she's the one who said that she had heard from Law and Crime and News Nation.
Okay, and so once again, hearing it and seeing it are two different things.
She said
Because then
they're
it's-
calling her.
She
Then
said that
it's-
she'd received voice
Hang on.
messages. Okay.
Because then it becomes hearsay. So because they're calling her doesn't mean she has the information. So she has to be directly connected with the person.
She
So
didn't
a
know when she
person,
got it.
a person goes to Newsweek or whatever, Newsweek comes back down, that's not from her. That's through completely different sources. It has to be direct.
She did
So
say she
she
has files
said-
and everything.
She has files and files of emails and texts, including voice messages.
But where'd she get them from?
That's where you would come in. We don't know.
We will.
Well, I thought you asked her.
We asked her and she wouldn't tell us her source, so I think she would tell you. But that was the question. Like you said, would they tell? You
Yeah.
don't have to call if you don't want to, but I'm just,
No. I mean, if she's not going to share with you, then I don't know why she would share with me because she doesn't have to. I'm guessing she's in the industry, right?
she's in the industry. Yeah.
Born?
So once she ruins her reputation by giving up sources, then what's her job going to be?
Exactly.
I think
I mean, I could have a conversation.
Yeah, Lauren. Why are you trying to get another reporter to reveal their sources through cops, while you yourself claim to be a reporter who doesn't want to reveal your sources? That's kind of hypocritical, isn't it, Lauren?
Well, she'll be on CNN soon, and then she'll show them all.
As the subject.
Oh.
With her.
I hear you.
So that's the challenge of being in this kind of
Yeah, I hear you.
situation.
So I was also in the real news for a long time.
Oh, the real
And
news.
so I
Oh, the real news, because what we are seeing here is not real news.
No, it's only YouTube. She's going to get back into the real news and go from
So
channel
this is
8
just a
to
phase.
yeah.
Yeah.
to
This
get to
true
the-
crime is just a phase until she plasters her face all over legacy media.
Well, she needs a little more plastic surgery, and then she'll be ready for
I mean,
CNN.
She could have been in a bad sequel of Face Off. I mean, she still
Can
has that.
Can we just
Tr-
look at this freeze frame here of the way Grayson is just lovingly looking at Lauren, seductively
know.
almost,
Aww.
Oh,
and like her body language.
She's in the industry.
Aww.
I just noted, like,
So great.
as much as I hate body language analysis, when you look up to someone, you do copy their body language a bit. And Grayson is really like the way her arms folded. And I just noticed several times Grayson is a smitten kitten with Lauren.
Yep.
I hear you.
I understand more how it works.
Someone does, at least.
She's an excellent journalist. She's a great journalist. She has not been in the real news, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
what?
An excellent
I
journalist,
think-
just not a real one.
I believe that if police called her, she might say that I received it from this person.
Okay.
But
Your Jesus Christ, you are using a police officer in order to have a reporter reveal their sources. Jesus fucking Christ.
I just love the condescending tone towards. It's Gigi
Yeah.
from Pretty Lies and Alibis.
Gigi, I don't care that your grandmother is dying. Can you please reveal your source? Thank you.
Yeah, and you've never been in the real news. I mean, you're a good journalist, but you've never been in the real news.
Oh, that's who. Oh, that's. Wow. Okay, yeah, that's Gigi. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm not doxing her because it comes out anyway.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I hear you, and I respect that. Like journalists wouldn't share, and she might not, but I think she might.
Okay.
But she's not real enough that she might, share.
Control 3 out of 1. I'm with PR. Go 4.
When I talked to her today, she told me.
But I mean, I don't know. Maybe we don't want to. I mean, do we want to make this?
Have you talked? Has your brother suggested calling us?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and you could call my brother.
And what did he feel? What crimes did he feel that were surpassed? I should say.
It was cease and desist, he said,
Because some of that stuff is more civil than it is criminal.
Yeah, so he
So
hello.
He cited
Extortion would be criminal, but things within this could be more on a civil level than.
Hey, Dave.
Okay. So I wanted to say that I keep saying every time this video is played that she destroys her own arguments in this video, because before she was calling people trial tourists and they're not real news, I'm real news. And then she says just a moment ago, I used to be in the real news. I used to be a real journalist. So she destroys her own argument from the prior body cam.
It's true.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So her brother is the one that's giving her advice on what to do, how to handle this call up.
Echo.
Dave.
Echo.
Okay. Yeah. So her brother, the attorney, is giving her the advice to call cops on this. Yeah, that's
and that's fine, except he completely screwed it all up.
Yeah,
made it 100 times worse.
He only goes by the information he had from Lauren, who may or may not been lying to him to cover her own ass. We don't know.
Well, do you think it was all Hella? Do you think it was all Pace Johnson that was giving this advice, or do you think it was our buddy?
No, it was Doe.
Yeah,
whoever was giving her advice was doing an absolutely horrible job.
Well,
not a proper attorney, or not a competent attorney, I should say.
Well, in Doe's, go ahead.
Can I just say, Dustin Doe has taken out civil stalking injunctions before against people who have spoken badly against him.
His ex-wife and her friends.
Oh, this is the attorney, like her brother.
The one I was covering.
No, the other one, the one who's not her brother.
Oh,
the one who's got 6 felony charges pending against him for forgery, and also one for battery.
Yep,
lovely.
Domestic squabble, and he tried to forge his ex-wife's name to change his kid's last name.
Oh, is that what you guys are talking about? I didn't catch the whole thing, so I didn't know exactly who that was.
And then I found out he did it twice. Hence the additional 3 felonies, so 6. 3 or 1 for each kid twice.
Yeah, that's the one who's not her brother.
Yeah,
that's the one that's giving her. You think giving her advice? Is she on the phone with him at this point?
No. The one that's on the phone is the brother.
Okay,
but he was helping her with some of this.
But I think the civil stalking injunction thing came from Dustin Doe because he has taken out civil stalking injunctions against people who have spoken badly about him.
Yeah.
You know, there are those attorneys that just sort of tell clients what they want to hear instead of what they should be told.
Yes.
It's an unfortunate thing that a lot of people do. I had a conversation with a client just the other day, and I said, I can tell you what you want to hear, but it's not going to be right. It's not going to happen. I could tell you, make you feel warm and good inside
for the next week or so till you're screwed.
Yeah, exactly.
So she exchanged her brother, who gave her the advice to call the cops, to an attorney who gave her the advice to do civil
stalking
injunction.
injunctions. That's not even close to the worst thing that Dustin Doe has done. So he can't even spell his own name. He changes the spelling of his name from time to time so that he can't get papers served to him. This man is
Oh,
just
yes.
off the charts crazy.
Wait.
tried-
I just want to.
Is it ginger ass
Hi,
territory here?
I didn't say hi to Connor yet.
He runs circles around him.
Oh.
He tried to get out. He tried to claim that he was not properly served at Pace Johnson Law Firm.
Mm.
And he said he had no legal affiliation with Pace Johnson Law Firm. Well, he has in his legal filings, his email address ends at pacejohnson.com.
He's too stupid for words. The dude is too stupid for words.
I mean,
this is who's representing Lauren.
Sometimes I get the notion, and I don't want to go to the United States and pass the bar over there. And then I hear about this kind of shit, and I wonder, how hard is it actually to pass the bar?
This dude.
Hey, I did
this
it the
dude-
first go around.
He said he tried to pass the Utah bar without doing the test because he had ADHD, and he didn't even fill in the form because he didn't bother to try and fill out the form because he couldn't find it. And
He couldn't get his transcripts and everything they needed.
And the bar
to get it
came back to him and said, "Look, we tried to make reasonable adjustment for you, but in order to make reasonable adjustment, you have to give us reason as to why we need to make reasonable adjustment. And if you're not going to be able to find the documents, so then that's a bit of a problem because that's part of being a lawyer."
Yeah, basically he failed at the application process.
Yeah.
Which is like, if you can't figure out how to apply properly to become a lawyer, then maybe you shouldn't be representing others.
Yeah, he couldn't research his own life to get his own documents in order to be a lawyer. And they probably would have given him a exception too. That's kind of what was so shocking, because they even were like, well, we understand this has merits, but you didn't do anything to prove it.
So it's more or less, trust me, bro.
Yeah.
Jung, we're talking about the lawyer representing, at least to some extent, representing Laura Owens. I don't know his name.
No, Laura Mathias.
Oh. Yeah.
Same
not
Laura.
talking
Close enough.
We're briefly debating if who's the worse of Laura Mathias, lawyer, or David S. Gingerass. And according to Hella, David S. Gingerass, nowhere near. Which should tell everybody a lot, because David S. Gingerass are probably going to lose his license soon.
Well, you know the old adage: when you bang, when the law is on your side, you bang on the law. When the facts are on your side, you bang on the facts. And when neither, you bang on the table. Sometimes you have neither, and sometimes you're a people-pleasing attorney that just wants to do whatever their client says because their client's paying them. So you start banging on the table, and it makes you look like a fool.
I saw a prosecutor the other day. I forget which trial it was. It was a couple trials ago I covered. She was losing really bad. And during her closing argument, she literally started banging on the podium.
I won a major felony case because the prosecutor was doing the same thing. He would object to something and the jury would sort of giggle. And then he'd object to something else again and the jury was kind of giggling. And then the last time he objected, he banged down the table and the jury just lost it at that point.
Jesus. Wow.
So they finally got the paperwork? I don't know.
Yeah, he eventually became a lawyer somehow, or he reapplied, I believe, for the bar, if I recall correctly, and got it the next time.
Yeah. Dave, can you have me as an intern in a couple of years in Michigan, and then I can get my bar card through there?
You know, I'm just putting together a job posting for an intern, so you're more than welcome to apply.
Oh, can you write my green card?
You know what? I've done that for people. I
Do
think
I
it's
have to
called
pay you?
H-1B visa. I have to pay you.
It's a lot more expensive now.
Is it?
It's like, yeah, because I think.
And I don't want
raising
to
it.
submit my DNA.
Aw.
Well, you got to talk to Trump about that one. Well, I heard you, by the way, earlier when you were talking about your DNA and all that. You know your DNA's in your Swedish passport, right?
It isn't.
No?
My fingerprint is, but not my DNA.
How'd you get out of that?
I just resubmit prior information.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to jump, guys. I've got a big day
Aw.
on, and it is 10:30 a.m. So, I will see you all soon. Enjoy.
It's
the rest of the
$100K for an
podcast.
H-1B now? Really?
I
Jesus.
believe there's like $10,000 or something like that.
Yeah, I think it's so
That's
the
about
companies have
what
to
it
really
costs.
think
That's
about
about
it.
what
Wow.
it cost last time I did it.
Mm.
Maybe it's 100,000 now. Bye,
Thank
Hella.
you, guys. Have a good
Thank you for
day.
being here.
Nice to see
and-
you all. Bye.
Kinda
See
nice.
ya.
Bye.
Bye.
And
Oh,
I
thank God.
have to go to as well. I got
Aw.
a stream coming up soon, so I gotta get ready for
Nick,
that.
what is this? Oh,
So-
Connor, you're leaving?
Yeah, thanks for having
Okay,
me, Nick.
Connor.
Appreciate you.
Thank you for
See you
being
guys.
here. See ya.
And then there were 3.
And I gotta go. No, I'll stay. No, I'll stay for a few.
So, Nick, what is the cookie that looks like a checkerboard, black and white, you have in Sweden?
Chocolate and vanilla. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Do you know what it's called?
No.
I don't either, but that's what I'm making.
Okay. All right. Let's continue here. We are now 15 minutes in.
Criminal level.
Yeah, and forgive me, I need some water.
That's fine. Do you have an identification or driver's license I can just jot down quick? Do you got a
I don't
Nevada
need any
driver's license
water.
or from another state?
I haven't got a driver's license.
Here is
Not
the
for me
cease and
anything.
desist. He sent
Why
Who's
is
that other woman
that
sitting
covered?
there on the-
unauthorized access of private accounts,
What was she showing?
dissemination of private.
But we don't know that she did that after the fact or before. If she took all this information before the cease and desist. And here's the thing, I'm not saying it's possible one way or the other. What I'm saying is anything that I would have that may be criminal would go before a judge or actually before a district attorney. Then the district attorney would have to look at it and say, yes, I think we have enough information to go forward into court. So in a sense, I almost act like a judge in a sense, being like, what do I have?
Oh,
Because if I don't have nothing, or if I have questionable information, or a third party is telling me this information by hearsay, I don't have nothing. I work on facts. That's what we do as police officers. We're supposed to.
Absolutely. No, absolutely.
So that's
I hear you.
so yeah, the information prior compared to the information after, that's where the NDA would have saved a lot of headaches. But the cease and desist, there would have to be proof of her continuing this process after the fact.
Right.
So that would be like contacting all these people that have this information and saying, who did you get it from? And them saying it was from her, and then say, when did you get it from her?
I'm sitting down to get
So-
information, not to. Should we call John? I think the other concern too is they might have even just like text between my husband and myself. From what it sounds like.
I'm sorry, say it again.
They might have text just between my husband and myself.
Okay.
He's my co-host. He's a criminal psychologist.
Okay.
And I
It's
hear
so
you.
important
like
and so
facts. I
knowledgeable.
understand
You
that,
guys
and a
just
lot
really
of this
just
is.
listen to everything that he has to say and write
What?
that down and then go to court.
Dave,
Yeah.
were you commenting on what we are looking at or not?
I was commenting on that. Yeah. I said, my husband's, like super important and he's really smart. And so you should just listen to everything that he says and then write that down and then you can go to court.
I'm clipping that out of context.
In the works, right? So like, it's right.
Exactly.
I'm sharing, so we get it. We're sharing circumstantial evidence with you that could later become a fact, but I hear you. You need facts.
Mhm.
We're trying to figure this out. So thank you.
Look at,
So
she's learning
we get
how
it.
the law
I'm a
works.
journalist. I work by facts too.
What?
This no microphone thing is really, I don't know why my microphone echoes. It never used to. But anyway, I was saying she's learning how the law works. See,
Yeah.
she's figuring this out. She's only been doing this true crime stuff for 3 or 4 more years. But now she's learning how the law works.
Yeah, and she's learning about the Streisand effect.
Oh yes.
And I know it's
Which all journalists should.
yes, and I understand what substantial evidence is.
I'm gonna put this
what we're
on.
Figuring out. Let me call my husband. So he spoke. Well, I think you could briefly.
What's your phone number, real quick, since you're the victim?
That's a stretch of the imagination.
Like, I don't know if you know the Lori Vallow Daybell case. Do you know?
No, I like watching To Catch a Smuggler and stuff like that. And
Okay, well, it's a Netflix.
the cops,
documentary.
bad boys, and so
Yeah, it's
the other stuff interests me. It's just I don't have the time to sit down and.
Right. Well, that's this case that's really impacted that we were
Uh-huh.
covering. She's a mom who killed her 2 kids and her husband and the whole thing.
Mhm.
It's a very viral true crime case. That's what we've been
It has a
covering.
Netflix documentary to it. Dateline, 7 Datelines.
Yeah.
My husband spoke to the. Well, I don't want to get him involved. Again, I don't want to get a victim involved right now. So,
Okay,
um,
real quick, what'd you say your friend's name is then, and the phone number that may talk to us?
Gigi.
Proper name?
I don't know if you consider us a friend right now.
Jeez.
How do you spell her last name?
And I must say that even the cop entertaining this, trying to get a journalist to reveal their sources, that in itself is kind of bad.
I think he's just entertaining her to the point that he can make this go away. Like, he's got to get her to the point where, like, all right, you have told me everything. I've been here for an hour now talking to you. And it's clear that there's been no actual crime committed.
Yeah.
That's what I think he's going with it.
And she told me on the phone today, well, if you think this is against the law, then you should be getting law enforcement involved. And I said, we've had attorneys involved in this for months. So she's well aware.
Right. So she said.
Well, and the attorney's going to be like, yes, I can see where this is breaking this law, so now we'll get him involved.
Full disclosure, she's received a lot of info because a lot of the private text messages have to do with her.
Okay.
So that's why I say I don't know if she'd consider me a friend right now.
No, somebody that's willing to talk. What's the phone number?
Jesus.
And she lives in what state?
I'm calling my husband on the phone right now just so she can understand.
So
My
what?
husband's done a lot of work.
So it sounds like there's a lot of emotional stuff and you're very upsetting stuff. I get it. So what area do you feel?
Mansplaining.
Because right now, I
Is he
hate to say
trying
it,
to
but
finger
from my
Lauren?
point of view, and I'm going to call my sergeant and
So I can't hear you over the.
No, he's got like a little fingery thing at the bottom there. It looks like he's trying to like finger Lauren.
Gross.
Point at her with his finger.
This is where he gets into, though. This is where he starts with, yeah, I'm not really seeing a crime here. This is more like girl emotional things, and maybe you don't like what they're saying.
Typical
but
women.
no crime.
Oh, great. You do know I have a majority of women watching this channel?
Me?
Well, he's not wrong.
Okay, I was gonna make fun of the guy for being an asshole mansplaining it, but you know,
Yeah.
you want to just go ahead and be
I'll
like,
get a
he's right.
detective involved, at least for the initial information.
Thank you.
Right now, I'm not seeing a crime, but this isn't my forte either.
Sure. Your call has been forwarded. That was my husband, by the way, I was trying to call. My husband does criminal assessments in the state of Nevada. So he's
Did one on you?
here in Nevada and Utah.
Because people say a lot of crummy things about other people online and stuff.
Yeah.
And then when it comes to threats and harassments, there has to be very specific threat/harassment. Harassment is a series of things for the most part. A threat is got to be very specific, and it really stinks for us as police officers, but it's even worse for the victim or the person that's being victimized. And the reason I say that is somebody could say, I'm going to come over, and make sure I take care of you.
Ooh.
What does that mean?
Right.
Depends on what happened prior, right? We can document that kind of stuff, but does it mean they're going to come over and wash your car? Does it mean to come over and cook your food? tuck you into bed or come over and, beat you up. It's not specific. It just says, I'm going to come over and take care of you. So that's where it's frustrating for victims is they're like, but I know what they meant by this. And it's like, I understand you're feeling this way, but based on the verbiage, we can't go down the criminal route right now because they're not being specific enough.
Yeah.
And it really stinks because they look at us like, why aren't you doing anything? It's not. It's like, my hands are tied because the Nevada law doesn't, go down that
I
road.
understand what you're saying. Yeah, I hear you. And
Do you
really hear what he's saying here?
Do you?
You
Yeah.
really told this at least twice prior to this very moment. So do you understand now? 3 people, 2 competent attorneys, and now a judge, a competent attorney, and now a police officer have told you this.
Yeah. But they didn't back in June. That came later. I mean, but seriously. And even if, I wish the law was more lenient towards people who believe themselves being victims. Yeah, hurt feelings are civil, not criminal. I don't
even know if they're civil.
Yeah, at this point, I don't think they don't even have a civil case, and at least we know that they don't have a copyright case. But
yeah, that one got kicked.
I mean, the law about the defamation, the stalking, and all of that cannot go towards the easiest offendables, or whatever you can call it. It has to be what would a normal person perceive as a threat.
Say a reasonable, prudent person.
A reasonable person. What would 9 out of 10 bus stop people say about this? But she wants, I want the 10th person. That one who screams with a sign, the world is about to end. I want to go by that standard. And you don't want that. You really don't. You don't want the people who are... You don't want laws based on, what do you call it? Karens? Or what HOA presidents say? Or something.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
I meant my HOA
no,
president
you really
today.
don't want that. Because
Someone
all
in
of a
chat
sudden...
says, I think Lauren's outfit is a threat. I agree. Although Salvador apparently loves it.
I do. I mean, she looks like she'd blend into a 1960s hippie protest.
Mm-hmm.
Or she'd be, you know what? I would love to be around her if I was on a bunch of acid.
My wife would say that style's already come and gone. You need to move on to the next one.
Looks like a dog.
There's probably going to be a lot more coming out in the next few days, so I don't know if there can be a case number to you know what I mean? I think you're right.
Yeah, that blanket is shaped like... Is that a dog, or is it a blanket shaped like a dog?
No, that is Grayson's poor dog.
Is that a dog?
Yeah.
Why didn't you attack the poorly trained dog?
Well, the dog is kind of traumatized. It's an emotional support dog, and
for who?
It's actually only 6 months old, but it looks like it's 15. It's just been through so much.
Whose house are we in, by the way?
Grayson's shag pad.
That dog looks drugged.
This is whose house?
Grayson's shag pad.
I don't know who that is.
It's the
Munchkin Goblin thing.
Oh, okay.
It's her apartment. Why are she? Yeah. Why is she sleeping over in that apartment?
I don't think she was sleeping there. But
John kicked her out.
Yeah, I mean, she didn't want to be near John, I'm guessing, and so she went over to Grayson's house, who was a few minutes away from her.
Okay.
It's really weird because Grayson's 24, Lauren's 44, 45. Why is she going over to her employee's condo?
Makes her feel young. So she's hanging out with the young chicks.
You're right. Gotta let the girls out.
Yeah. Every lady needs a younger friend.
We're working with some circumstantial evidence, but we're receiving new information every hour.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be that we're finally working with some not circumstantial evidence. Let me also talk to you about this.
It's not
But let's-
circumstantial.
And this is me thinking as a whole about everybody involved. We want him to call Gigi right now. Could that escalate things?
It makes me wonder if they will go public right now, just because it's like, let's just get it off our plate.
Yeah. And again, I am the victim, but there will be other victims.
There'll be other people that'll be victims the second
Victimized.
time.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like when they go to court and they let a killer free or something like that, or let them
What?
off with 2 years.
Correct.
Then they get victimized the second time.
Correct.
I'm the
My
victim.
mind-
You know,
Let 'em-
both by the suspect and
What?
Reminds-
Only this time they're gonna be victimized again, but this time it's gonna be because of me talking shit about them behind their back.
I just
Yeah.
always think of the DoorDash girl like running away. I'm the victim.
I just opened his door and he was naked inside his own house, so I took a photo
I
of
was
him.
I was supposed to leave the food outside of the door, but then I went inside and filmed him. I'm the victim. Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
just doing good customer service and wanted to wake him up, but then he was exposed.
By the way, is Lauren still making videos about all this, or is
No, well, she's
No.
making videos,
But not about
but
this.
not about this.
okay?
She's been very quiet publicly about this. Now, in the background, she's been like a chicken with her head cut off. But
I heard she tried to sue a victim. That was fun. And then she's-
well, yeah, the copyright thing.
yeah.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah, she
which
tried to
She lost.
the Charles Vallow's niece, I believe.
I believe
She
she's
struck her.
kind of an aunt to the dead kids,
Yes,
or step aunt of the kids, or something of the sort.
to one of them, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. And all of that. And
Like- Holy crap, Lauren, sweetie, princess, how did you think that was going to come off?
once that is released,
Pressure, yeah.
oh boy.
by the state.
Correct. Hey, babe, are you
Yeah.
there?
You know, that's where it's like, I don't know if it's worth it. to
We have a
call
police.
her right now.
We have a police officer here. You know, a
Sometimes
lot
there's
of
that
this
case, like
circumstantial evidence right now, I just wanna put
neighbors.
it on speaker.
Problems with neighbors. Sometimes they don't want us to contact the neighbor because they're afraid it will inflame things.
Yeah, you know,
Right, so he's understanding, I just want you to know, at first we were like, we just gave him, what we've explained right now is like, look, I am the victim, but we have a big concern about the actual victims in the cases we cover and then being re-victimized by my pieces, by my
like
private
suing
messages
them?
that come out. So at first, I just want you to know, and he understands that, this is, officer, what was your last name, I'm sorry?
Bovie.
Boldy, he's great, and and we're working with circumstantial evidence right now. We know that he understands again that we don't want to re-victimize any victims. So at first we're like, well, we know who you could figure out the source from and has all the information. He said, Gigi, you wouldn't consider me a friend right now, but she had the information, and so he was going to call her. And now I'm rethinking because I think that could put fuel on the fire. I'm just thinking about protecting everyone else. Do we want him to? I don't know if we should have him call Gigi right now or not. He wants to know because I don't want to hurt. Like, would that like make them release stuff now because
they just want to get it over.
they're angry, right? Is this the Streisand effect where?
Yes, it
Yeah.
is.
What if I want, so, can you hear me?
He can hear you or you're on speaker.
Okay. The most important thing is we're about to have, all our hard work is about to be threatened or go down the drain in a minute, in an instant, right? Like, my goal is to get them to stop publishing private emails, text, voicemails, right? They have.
So these private texts, voicemails, emails could ruin them in a minute. Thank you, John.
And then the call with Gigi is great. It's like they go over, Gigi goes and talks about all the stuff they're like afraid of in the body cam. That gets released. The texts haven't been released. We had no idea what was in them. So it's the cop calling Gigi that exposes all of this. And it was gotten from the records request because the dummy called the police.
They could have kept this silent
Contained.
a bit longer.
I
if
want to
they-
know
if treated
those
it as a
private-
civil matter.
I want to know what those private messages say, to the
Yeah.
extent that John is concerned that all of their hard work, like their entire channel and everything, is going to be taken down if these messages are exposed. What is in those messages?
Well, we speculated earlier, Dave, about if she has talked to witnesses and victims, and they have told her things that Lauren has revealed to her employees, and then they testified in court, and the story was different. That's an interesting speculation.
Oh, so like she could be coaching witnesses to some extent, interfering with witnesses?
I mean, since we don't know, and John says it would ruin them in a minute. I mean, what could ruin people?
I think
in a
it's things
minute?
like Lori Vallow's victims, like them talking crap about them, but like belittling the way they look, or
We
oh
do
my
know
God, do they not realize they're also in a cult, or something condescending and stupid
They-
about victims?
Yeah, that's part of it.
That's what I think is in there.
Yeah, allegedly a possibility. And since they have more or less handed over to us to speculate,
Makes it 100 times worse.
yeah. And it could be an absolute nothing burger as well.
And they
And I
could
would-
have just let some of this stuff come out. They would have taken a slight hit on their views. It would have been embarrassing. We would have moved on in a week or two.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't do a 9-hour stream and then a 3-hour stream defending the 9-hour stream, and then try to sue a victim, and then try to bring charges or PPOs against your former BFF, and then back out. And when law and crime, literally, what you've been doing is being done to you because you're in the court system. Don't be so hypocritical. And there's a long list of things. Just don't be you in general. And I think people would have moved on from it.
Yeah, I mean, as we said earlier, had she, when she found this out back in June or whatever, just went public. I thought this was spoken in private. It's dark humor. I said things that could be construed as really, really bad. I'm sorry. I'm truly, truly sorry.
When I
and
leaked
then
all
have
of
the people
Salvador's
she was
text
talking
messages-
about with her public apology move on.
When I leaked all of Salvador's text messages and he
Yeah.
didn't respond, nobody even knew it happened.
Yeah, I know.
Well, and what Dani said earlier is I cover true crime. It's some pretty awful crap. So sometimes I have to distance myself emotionally, and I use jaded humor and said some things that were really insensitive. I apologize. It's a way to cope with the trauma of
You
being in
have
this
no
system.
idea the dark humor that us attorneys use.
Yeah, and cops.
Yeah, and cops, and all of that.
It's
Stuff. Or
attorneys,
doctors or anyone.
defense
Cops,
mechanism.
doctors. I mean, we have some dark shit humor.
Yeah. And
Well, you guys
I
do
would've-
have some idea because I put it out there on YouTube every once.
well, true. I mean, I know your sense of humor, so and it's pretty dark. But I mean, that would have been what Dani said earlier. That was a great response and a great way to spin it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is just you're dealing with victims, family members. It's not easy.
Yeah.
But no,
there's a
I'll
reason
just
why
sue 'em.
there's a reason why doctors and attorneys have a high grade of alcoholism and high grade of self-endings. We get to know really, really shit stuff.
There's
And
knew I
most
should
of
have
the
been a
time we
lawyer.
can't even talk about it. We have to process it internally.
Yeah.
there's a moment where I'm making fun of Zachariah Anderson's look.
Yeah.
And I'm telling him through the YouTube monitor not to smile. man. Don't smile. Don't expose those teeth. You know, that's the sort of thing that you say. Even though I have mad respect for his case and I want to see him get acquitted, that's the sort of thing that you know, it just is what it is.
Acting our stuff, it's illegal by Nevada statute and federal law for them to share private information without our consent. We never gave consent.
You don't have to give consent. You shared it voluntarily. That is, when you send an email, you are sharing the information voluntarily.
Here's the thing. It's all about expectation of privacy.
Yeah.
And when you send a message to a third party, you reduce that expectation of privacy. And you no longer have a pure expectation of privacy. So when you sign like, you know, non-disclosures and you keep things within the corporation has some level of expectation of privacy. Again, it's not zero, but some level beyond nothing, right? And so it's all these different levels of expectation. And they have no expectation. When you send a message to somebody, you have no expectation of privacy.
No. Unless there's an NDA involved, there's no expectation of privacy.
Exactly.
If you're sharing information with a fellow attorney, or if a reporter with a fellow reporter, you have to be really, really clear about the boundaries.
Yes, John, I see your chat.
If calling her is going to prevent them or stop them from publishing, then it's probably worth it.
But if it's not, she's not going to be the one that publishes it. So it's like,
Well, it'll get back to the source though. And also, I mean, can he call like Stephanie?
well, let's say he calls. Let's say he calls.
Well, if they claim this is a criminal matter, now they are trying through law enforcement to make people not testify about something they claim is criminal. Now, that's a stretch.
And he says there's no law that's broken right now, as she asks. Does that empower them?
Well, but they know. I'm sure the officer knows the Nevada statutes. Nevada's a two-party consent state. You can't just share private stuff without consent. You never gave consent.
Here's where
it's terrifying. It's terrifying to me that, you know, and it should be terrifying to like every citizen in Nevada that somebody can just take your private correspondence and put it on blast publicly.
So this is not my exact forte, right? I'm a patrol officer. I already said that I talked to my sergeant about this, and if we have to get a detective involved, we will. At the same time, though, there was no non-disclosure agreement. So if she gave passwords to employees to do business on her behalf, then there's kind of a gray area of how public is it compared to private.
I never gave.
Or part of the business doings per se.
I never gave. Sorry, I don't know what that sound is. I never gave permission for any iCloud access or any phone access, which is what.
If you gave the password, the access is implied. Jesus Christ, she's stupid.
I think they.
4 Gmail accounts.
Who
Yeah,
the
or Gmail
fuck
accounts,
hands
actually,
out
you're right.
passwords?
There's no consent here. There's no consent.
She does,
to share
apparently.
any private information, and this person never had access to any private information.
But what? Okay, so for right now, as far as we know, so here's my challenge.
Okay, yeah.
So there's somebody, you guys have an idea of who this person is, and we're finding out through third parties that some information was already shared because you have screenshots, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So those third party people would have to be willing to talk to us to give up their source to say yes, it came straight from this person.
Right, that's true. I mean,
And if they're investigative reporters, I don't know how many investigative reporters are going to want to give up their sources because that's going to tarnish their reputation. So if we had a way to figure that out without them, I mean, not saying we can't call them, but if there's a way to figure that out without them, then that'd be more beneficial for sure.
Is there anyone? So we have encrypted emails.
We haven't shared anything.
We have encrypted emails from people that are obviously the source. I just don't know. Is there anyone at Metro that like could figure out like where these are coming from? Because that's ultimately that's where we want to go.
That's
He
then
wants
that's
to
what
get the
this is. This
Secret
isn't my
Service
forte, so
involved.
I'm not sure if anybody would have to be a special.
Sorry, Dave. What did you say?
I said he wants to get the Secret Service involved. Why is the FBI not here? The NSA,
cash. Get
everybody
cash.
involved.
Well, they're going to get right on it after they release the Epstein stuff.
Yeah. Can't you just take their phones and download it? I mean, you don't need a warrant for that. They're threatening to release things that we have said. The stupidest thing.
Detective that works with computer crimes.
And what about the harassment aspect too? I want to point out the harassment aspect because again, like we're getting these cryptic Proton emails saying you're about we've blind.
Yeah, those Proton emails that you didn't put in your file.
You know, I just had a phone call with a guy that said that he was fired and he thinks it was unlawful firing. And so we're talking and I'm like, okay, well, what about this? Did this happen? No. Well, did that happen? No. Is it because you're Arab? No. Well, did they say anything, you know, about your race, your gender, your age? No. I'm like, all right, well, it's not illegal to be an asshole, so you don't have a cause of action, sir. I don't know what to tell you. You know, that's what this cop is doing. This is the same conversation that I had earlier this week.
Yeah, I mean, and this is just one of the body cams, and there are so much more. And Lauren, we will find out because it's public information. Now you might prolong it by still being kind of a cunt about it, but we will find out about everything. So, everything
Lauren,
you're trying to protect by lawfare just makes our coverage better.
Why is Lauren doing the whole Elon Musk salute there?
Oh,
the
Austrian hedges are that high.
Yeah.
Salvador, how much do you think Lauren talks during sex? Is she quiet like a church mouse, or is she like talking the whole way through? Those are like the two extremes. There's only one or the other.
She's the type of person, I believe, who would take a phone call during sex.
That was my thought. That was my exact thought.
Do you think she cuddles after?
Hello, don't mind the pumping.
You're doing really good, John. Keep it going. What was that, Heather?
Oh, and Grayson's in the corner cheering John on. Come on, 10 more pumps. You can do it, John.
Proto push.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why they have Grayson.
Yes. No more Grayson jumping on the bed.
I'm still trying to find out if Utah have a higher percentage of these vibrating beds than the rest of the United States.
In the hotels.
It's hard to get the statistics on it.
That's why they always
copied all these people, even though you blind copy people so that people don't know you blind copied them, and they're like, we blind copied everyone. We're doing this. We are outing you.
Yeah,
there's like multiple emails like that. Also, I feel like lies in like harassment. Like, why are they doing that? Like, this is like a game to them. This is, you know what I mean? Like they're
like I said, there's a lot of ugly people that do stupid things, and they're mean people.
Hey, there's two
people like that.
There's
Doesn't mean
two
it's a
of them.
crime.
You're talking to two of them, officer.
So I get what you're saying with the possibility of doing this, and even the blind copy, not knowing who those people are, if there are people. It's that's what we don't know right now.
One of them is another person that I work
Extortion,
for.
is extortion a crime? Because I mean, they're basically
Extortion would be them asking for something. Did they ask for money or anything?
I haven't seen that. You just kicked that email out today. What are they threatening? Well, they're threatening our livelihood.
what you want to do when Lauren has a headache.
That's a bit gray. I don't know about that.
Yeah, no.
They're just saying to put out information. So
if the information they are threatening is threatening your livelihood, then it's your damn own fault for doing stupid shit.
So first of all, what they're trying to get the cops to do is do something, charge criminal something or other as a prior restraint to freedom of speech.
Yeah.
Which is the first giant hurdle that they need to get past. And that's assuming, and it's not at all, a criminal matter. But there's no way the cops are going to do anything about this.
No. And Chuck here says, the 9-hour lie, there was only one text message that Grayson found after going back 5-6 years that was bad. Yeah, and that 9-hour lie was 4 months after this.
Yep.
So,
did I say something?
And folks, can you repeat after me? Everything you say can and will be used against you.
Yeah. That's why you don't talk shit if you're concerned that the stuff you're saying could cause problems.
So, Lauren, did you just lie to a cop to get other people into trouble? Dave, is that a crime somewhere in the United States?
I believe it's called obstruction of justice. It's called obstruction of justice when you lie to a cop like that.
Nick, have you seen Lauren's pregnant photo in the style of Laura Owens? I have not. I don't know if I'm interested. I mean,
I am.
Wait, what kind of prison photo is this?
If you have a link to it, send it to Dali's DMs.
Yeah.
Is she? Wait, does she have kids?
Yeah, they have a kid.
A 9 or 10-year-old.
This woman's a mother?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And she uses the kid in order to get sympathy.
Oh, yeah. And she even talks about like how she was going to go to Disneyland or something with the kid, but then this all happened, so she had to go meet up with the officer.
Melissa says that so many channels are giving this cop crap. This is exactly what the cop needs to be doing. As I was saying before, this is the appropriate sort of response. You know,
so we were all team officer, all of us. Hell, I mean, all of us, until he called Christina, and he was an outright prick to Christina.
So
I haven't listened to that part yet.
Yeah. So that's why everybody now hates the officer. Because he was
the officer now is just gathering information as an officer should be doing.
Yeah, it was pretty brutal.
I'll tell you what. I'll talk to my sergeant right now with what I have, and we'll see if I'll see. They'll probably end up getting in touch with our cyber detective and see how this might play out.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. I know, officer. Like, by the way, just as an aside, I worked
2 weeks after. Yeah, when
not in the last few years, but I've worked closely with your. I have in the past your internet sex crimes
Uh-huh.
This is not a sex
I've done a
crime.
lot of evaluations on sex offenders that.
I mean, maybe it is. We don't know what those messages are. This is not a sex crime, though, as far as we know.
No. I mean, your evaluation on alleged sex offenders has absolutely zero bearing on this case.
And now I won't say that because we don't know what the messages say. The messages
that's true.
Could implicate something. Why is he bringing up sex crime work?
I mean, it should be a crime to have sex with John, but that's just me.
Maybe it was a turkey paster. I don't know.
Oh yeah, the Mark Jensen method. That's how he conceived his second son. He learned that in his manuscript.
Oh.
Obviously, that's a very different crime, but I just want to say that I've always appreciated Metro and worked closely with you guys. Thank you for listening to us. Yeah, I think the problem here is, Ryan, I know technically, since they haven't published this stuff, it's kind of hard to say it's a crime. But on the other hand, according to Gigi, they're minutes away from publishing this stuff. So, we're trying to salvage our reputation. But,
not just our reputation, but
trying to be you're trying to be proactive. I get it.
Yeah.
That's kind of telling. We are trying to save our reputation.
How's that going?
Yeah, how's that going? And that also implies you have done some bad shit. If the information...
That's my whole point, is that like he said earlier, this is going to ruin our business, then, oh my God, what did you say? I kind of want to know now.
Yeah,
and I'm just going to assume, based on your own statements, that it's really, really bad.
Yeah. And it could be nothing because it's hyperbole, because they are trying to get a cop to bring this into a criminal matter. Or it could be much, much worse than we could ever imagine because we don't have the information yet.
But could you imagine if they were successful? Let's think about this. If they were successful in convincing this cop to bring some sort of criminal charge, then the contents of those messages becomes evidence.
Yeah.
This is the exact opposite of what they actually want to happen. I can't for the life of me think that they thought this through rationally. They're either really dumb or really emotional.
Or both. And
I'm not going to say that, but
what they are trying to do here is to get people to back off, to stay silent.
Yeah.
And then they thought, as long as we achieve this, we will drop it later. How's that going, Lauren?
But
have we
again,
dropped it yet?
You've been covering true crime, Lauren, for a number of years now. You were a reporter before, a real reporter before that.
Yeah.
And so you should understand that once you involve the police and the prosecutors, then it is out of your hands. You don't get a say in whether or not it moves forward.
But
I don't expect her to know how trials and court works.
I mean, this only shows how little she actually knows about about court and law.
She knows enough to think Richard Allen's guilty.
I mean, Salvador's smarter than this.
Well, I have my good days.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. And it is a little confusing. Technically, after the damage is done, you've got federal crimes and you've got state crimes, right? But maybe they're just playing a game. Maybe they're not going to publish. I mean, unfortunately.
What are you talking about? If they reveal this, it's state and federal crime.
It's worse than Rittenhouse.
I mean, he's really, really pumping it up to whatever they did is enough for possibly being a federal crime.
I don't know what the federal crime is he's talking about. He's mentioned that a few times.
It's because
cross states,
Christina and them were in a different state. And so whoever's doing this supposedly is in a different state. So it gets legally gets kind of complicated where where the laws like apply?
It doesn't, not for criminal matters. It might
No.
be complicated if you wanted to file a civil suit as to which court would have jurisdiction. But even then, you have 3 courts to pick from. So it's not terribly complicated, but it's not at all complicated from a criminal standpoint.
Where would it be for criminal?
It would be where the
Defendant?
no, where the victim is.
So Nevada law would apply
Yes.
to okay.
If you was
But
in
it could
Nevada
also
when it
apply.
happened.
It could also where's the state that this woman apparently is threatening this stuff from?
Or where is the
Idaho,
server located
Idaho.
that
So
they
Idaho
allegedly
could apply
hacked?
too. Like you could,
I think
like if I sent malicious text from Michigan here to Salvador and in Arizona, I could be charged under a Michigan statute called malicious use of a communication device. I'm sure there's something similar in Arizona that I could be charged under, but there's no federal. Actually, no,
So-
for that one there is a federal law.
Okay, so let's say Arizona is a one-party consent state for like recording telephone calls.
Yeah.
So let's say I call somebody in a different state that is a two-party consent, and I record that call.
Two-party applies. It's the highest standard or the lowest.
Is it?
It's complicated. I looked it up at one point. I don't remember exactly what it is, but I think, and don't quote me on this, and this is not legal advice, but I think because you are making the call, the other person who's in a two-party consent state has no expectation that it won't be recorded because they're in a two-party consent state. If you were calling from a two-party consent state to a one-part or sorry, I said that wrong. I flipped that. But like Michigan's a one-party consent state. So if somebody calls me, I'm not going to have no expectation that the call won't be recorded because I know that only one party can record the phone call without informing the other. But if I'm calling Arizona and Arizona's a two-party consent state, then the person that I'm calling would expect the call not to be recorded.
I see.
You know what I'm saying? So sorry, I screwed that up the first way around.
That's fine.
But hopefully you guys understand.
I mean, but yeah, seems
we had this legal theory that they talk about in law school. If someone stands in Michigan and fires a gun and it kills somebody in Ohio, who has jurisdiction? And it was both states. Both states have jurisdiction to charge the guy. But it's not a federal thing.
Well,
unless there's a
unless it's
specific
political.
federal law.
Or it's a hate crime.
Well, that would be a specific federal law.
So then 3 jurisdictions could charge you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you're ultra screwed.
Yeah, exactly. So, but again, it doesn't make it a federal crime just because it crossed state lines. That's what I'm trying to get at. There has to be an actual federal statute on point.
I see.
Brune, I'm curious on how the Supreme Court ruling in Counterman v. Colorado comes in play on the alleged harassment. I don't know that case.
I don't either. I could look it up here real quick.
Yeah.
We have sources that have said that they've seen some of the emails and they know they're coming. So I don't know. I don't know what to do. We just try like.
Yeah, you know, my concern is the whole text of like these will be shown by your text messages. Like they're very clear that they are releasing your text messages. And the fact that they were in your iCloud account, which is cited.
I've never given them the password to my iCloud.
Like,
And you've seen a direct copy of a particular text then?
I've seen somebody show me one in person. Yeah, I've seen things.
Or do you have it sent to you right now? One that you know for a fact is from your iCloud account?
Do we have one from Christina?
Do you? Did you get it?
Because here's what we use.
Okay, I'm reading Counterman versus
So this
Colorado.
is interesting. So this is a Facebook message. This is a case involving some Facebook messages, and it sets a precedent with regard to what constitutes an actual threat under the First Amendment, because not all words are threats. Is this an Arizona case? No, this is Supreme Court of the United States.
Yeah.
I have to look at this one.
Okay, so several of his messages envisaged violent harm befalling her. Envisage.
So he was convicted under a Colorado statute that didn't require proof of intent, only that a reasonable person would suffer serious emotional distress from the communications. Now, mind you, he sent thousands, hundreds of Facebook messages, direct messages. So the Supreme Court found that the Colorado law that, as applied, was unconstitutional. For speech to be punishable, it needs to be a true threat. That's the thing. So the government must show that the speaker acted with reckless disregard for the threatening nature of their words. So it still actually needs to be a threat. And like the officer was saying, well, what does take care of you mean? You know, does take care of you mean that they're going to come over and tuck you in at night, or feed you, or bring you something, or 86 you? So I think that's what this case stands for. I haven't read it before. It's an interesting synopsis I see here.
I'm reading the last paragraph here. It says the bottom line is this: Counterman communicated true threats, which everyone agrees lie outside the bounds of the First Amendment protection anti-Ad 4. He knew what the words meant. Those threats caused the victim to fear for her life, and they upended her daily existence. Nonetheless, the court concludes that Counterman can prevail on a First Amendment defense. Nothing in the Constitution compels that result. I respectfully dissent. So it's a dissent from the majority decision.
So that also comes into play with her cease and desist letter that she sent, based on some random Facebook post that doesn't implicate anyone in particular, doesn't say what exactly is going to happen, who this person's even talking to. That was that cease and desist letter that Hella and Salvador went over a few weeks ago. But yeah, it's not a true threat. That's what this case sets forth, is that it has to actually be a true threat.
Yeah. I just more or less skimmed through, and I mean, it's 57 pages.
I'm going to come over and skin your cat. That's kind of a true threat.
Yeah, that's a true threat. And good luck, Mr. Jingles. Mr. Jingles is a unique kind of cat, is that even when he's careful, he's hurting people.
Am I going to go
by the screenshots showing the proof of, and I mean, it's kind of like a financial crime in a sense. We need all this documentation, the bank account records and all that other stuff, So having all this stuff, you can talk about it, you can say I saw it, but without the proof, once again, there's not a lot to go off of, or nothing to go off of. So the proof is what we need.
I think if he calls Gigi, I think if somebody official with law enforcement calls Gigi and says, we're aware of the fact that you believe that you see texts that are private correspondence.
These ones aren't iCloud. These are her private messages that have been sent around and were emailed to us.
These are her private messages that has been sent around. So not iCloud.
I understand.
If you call Gigi and say, we have information.
They're crossing out names of who's in it.
Wait.
Hold
on, John. There's two people talking. Hold on.
Okay, so when this popped up here, it's David.
Yeah,
right.
yes. I didn't realize that. I forgot through StreamYard. I chatted as you.
Also, Lauren's or John hates people talking over him. Like, he freaked out because one of the women that's been going at him, Lori, I think it was Lori, used to be on their stream, and like one time she apparently interrupted him, and in one of their videos, he's still like years later, like, I was about to make this amazing point and she kept talking over me and it completely distracted me. So he's got this huge pet peeve of people talking over him.
I want to get him on a Lego stream, and I want to interrupt him every time he talks.
Oh wow.
Well, I'm sure you could invite Lauren and John, and then Lauren will bring Legos, and John won't.
No. Now, hello, folks out on the internet. If somebody
He's allowing himself
tells you a weakness, of course we will be gentile and stuff, and absolutely not interrupt him.
Oh, I would make it a point to interrupt him every time he started a sentence. I'd start talking.
Oh yeah,
So
he
he
was
rage quit the Lego stream.
Melissa's right. He said he was allowing himself to be vulnerable.
Oh.
And she kept talking over him.
Oh my god! And these people reproduced.
Yep.
Wendy.
There should be a driver's license.
Well, Lauren didn't think she was ever going to have kids. But then
do you think they adopted? Do you think they faked?
No.
pregnancy and
Well,
adopted?
she says that it was conceived.
I mean, I remember.
Well, there's conception and there's conception.
Didn't Hella talk about Lauren's article about I will die an old maid and stuff like that? And that was when she was 34.
Yeah.
And now she's 44 with a 9-year-old child. So she met John more or less immediately after that article and got pregnant.
Yeah.
So desperation.
Yeah. Biological clock was ticking for her.
Maybe John's not the father.
John, we have information that you've seen private texts.
What, IVF somehow within 12 months from wedding to birth?
I could, yeah. I mean, she's
wanted
to make sure it took.
Well, I don't think any insurance cover that.
Well, I mean, she really wanted to make sure those Johnson and Matthias genes carried down to the next line.
Great.
That have been shared with you.
Oh, he looks just like
by
you.
the way, it's
How
a
the
crime.
fuck
That's
do you know?
illegal. It's a federal crime because we're going across state lines. Like, you can't share private information.
Well, I don't enforce federal crime either, so the FBI would probably have to get involved with this.
Right, I agree.
And
There's actually
was
two
on.
federal crimes here. But, yes, I know the FBI meant it to jump in. Like,
Because this may be more FBI than local.
That's what I'm thinking.
I agree.
I don't know.
We all agree with that. But my biggest concern though, John, is if Henderson police calls, because this isn't their jurisdiction, they're not federal, and they say to Gigi, we don't know if there's a crime that's been committed if she asks.
This goes further.
Then it goes further. And if he's still trying to figure that out, he can't say there's been a crime that's been committed if he's still.
Have you submitted anything to the FBI at all yet?
No,
We made a police report in
Arizona in April when this first started.
Yeah.
And what'd they say?
They listened and took a record and said, would you want to press charges?
And we said yes, and we didn't hear back, and then things kind of died down, so we thought everything was done.
Have you contacted them recently? Because here's the thing: if this started when you guys were in Arizona, and you already gave a police report, doing a multiple 2 times, 3 times police report still makes sense.
Is she talking on a
And that feels like that's what I'm kind of doing.
Okay. The reason I called you was because we live here. We were in Arizona on a business trip.
Okay.
And so that was why I got them involved while we were there, because I was worried about her safety. She had somebody physically coming out threatening her at the courthouse.
Okay.
Yeah, bailiffs had to say, leave her alone.
Okay.
I was
Okay.
concerned.
Did you call? Yeah, that's completely different. Did you call Arizona and try to find an update on? So what?
Just checking here, Dr. He had 5 years ago. He had 25 years of experience. So that means 30 years of experience. So when he started working as a clinical psychologist, Lauren was 14.
Wait. John is how much older?
Apparently
20?
much older.
20 years older, I think.
Yeah,
Half your age plus 7, right? Are we within that range?
Well, if he's in his 60s and she's over 40, but the kid is 8 or 9 years old, putting her in the 34 by that. Yeah. Yeah, it's within.
I mean, half your age plus 7 is the
half your age plus 7.
Yeah,
he would be 50.
And then Lauren's
56. So
And then
28
Lauren-
plus 7 is 35. Yeah, no, she doesn't fit into that. She was 34. He was in college in 1986.
He's trying to relive his glory days.
when Nick was a wee lass of 40.
All right. Yeah, just sidetracked.
I mean,
What
they
was
are
reported
Mormons.
down there?
so-
Was this reported down there, or just the situation that at Arizona?
The beginning of this was reported in Arizona, and
But Grayson, it's a different crime. That was somebody's basically
Don't
stalking and
interrupt,
threatening
Grayson.
Yeah.
physically.
Okay, we'll keep that out of it then.
Yeah, this is an internet crime. That was somebody who was harassing Lauren and threatening to harm her physically.
Okay,
This is
let me talk to my sergeant. Probably talk to our cyber guy, and go from there. I'm not going to try to call Gigi.
I know. Do you see my concern with it?
Yeah.
Just to
No,
back
100%. While you were on the phone, we have that a lot with like neighbors across the street, next door, apartments,
Right,
whatever.
like,
Where
it's
like,
backfire.
hey, I just want it documented. I don't want you to go talk to him because I'm afraid it'll escalate. I want it
Correct.
documented. So a lot of people do that as well. So based on your concerns, I will not make a phone call to her.
Okay.
Not at all.
Yeah, Dr. John Matthias is older than me. Much older.
Damn. So you could have pulled Lauren.
No.
Is she talking into a phablet? That's what I was looking at earlier. Is that a phablet? One of those really big old phones?
I have no
It looks
idea.
like a mini. It looks like an iPad mini.
Wait,
She's
what?
holding there. It's huge.
Yeah.
Lauren or Grayson?
Lauren.
No, the thing she's have in her hand is that
Oh, no, she's just got
an
teeny
iPad
hands.
Mini?
Is she
I have
just
no
small
idea.
and the phone looks giant next to her?
No, she's pretty tall actually. Like 5'7".
Don't you wish
5'8".
you could go back to that moment when you met her?
Oh, you have no idea
Hmm.
how much I wish I could do that all over again, knowing what I know now.
Hmm. I agree with Gigi here. If you're over 30 and stupid, it's a choice. So
Yeah, I called them children in the chat. I can't believe they called the police on this.
yeah, I mean, this is so stupid. High school senior
John
in
was a high school
1980.
senior in
That would put him in the 1966, 65, 64, 1964.
Yeah, so
That would
So
make him.
he graduated high school, so he was presumably 18 when she was born.
Yeah.
If she's 45.
Yeah.
Let me talk to my sergeant
If
and see
the
kind of what
youngest is
direction we're at
over
right now.
30, I don't
Because
care.
right now, all I got is somebody saying they're going to do something and haven't yet. And your lawyer sent out a cease and desist to that person, right?
3 people.
That person may or may not have shared information to other news sources per se.
Correct.
And the reason I say may or may not have is because they would have to tell me it came from that particular person. And then we got a text message, copies of text messages from 2023, which
And I want to point
that are
out
being
that
sent
the-
out.
the
So there was a
text
copy of a text message, screenshots of a text message that is being sent out. And who'd you get that from?
You know, that's an interesting person because that's somebody that we hired to do contract work with,
Mhm.
and then they cut doing contract work with us because so they were sent that. So it's also like that's someone that like stopped working for us because it was sent. So this is someone like trying to physically hurt our business.
So that might not be from your iCloud account. That could be from the other person then.
they were sent it by the person that we've been telling you about. They said that. They told her directly, Stephanie sent this to me. And she said, I don't know what.
But we don't know where Stephanie got it from.
I don't know. She's in that. That was between.
And that's the other thing too. We'd have to try to prove that Stephanie had access to the iCloud and got into it, broke into it.
Yeah.
Or happen to know your contractor who took screenshots of it because it's on their phone too. And they took the screenshots and sent it to her.
So I think the best case, we're all here. If you could talk to your cyber unit, is that what you feel is best right now, officer?
That's all I can do because right now it's very, very loose stuff, extremely loose stuff. I understand the concern and I know the concern is real, 100%. I'm not trying to downplay
Right,
that.
lives to be blown up.
But
Very-
just like I mentioned earlier, when somebody says, I'm going to come over and take care of you, what does that mean? So there is real fear, concerns, and other things in person's minds when certain things happen, and they understand from their point of view what could or could not happen. The fact that it hasn't happened yet is good, but that would like pass that. But yeah, there's a lot of work that would have to go into if and when that took place, being the crime, and then tracing it back to the actual person that did it.
Okay.
I'm not saying it's not possible. It's just I'm not the one that's going to be able to figure it out.
Is everybody good? John, are we good?
I have problems with my iPhone. Come on now.
Unfortunately, this is sort of like so.
And yeah, internet crimes and stuff too. The FBI, I think it'd be good to get in touch with them.
Yeah.
Probably we need here. I mean, it's one of those difficult situations where like
When does this cop turn into
I would do
action?
groups for convicted felons, and sometimes a sex offender would say, well, I'm thinking about offending again on so and so, or like they'd be vague. I'm thinking about offending, and we would know who it was, right? Like we would know what they wouldn't say the person, but like we would have an idea based on their history of who they were talking about. And like, is that reportable, right? Like, I mean, obviously I don't want someone to get harmed, right? But like, they haven't committed a crime, but there's like a specific credible threat. I don't know. It's a hard area.
It is, and I mentioned this earlier before you were on the phone. It's difficult because sometimes until that line is crossed, it's just an idle. When I say idle threat, it's not a criminal threat. It's just a threat of doing something, and until it happens, there's not a lot you can do. Sometimes depends on what it is. So just because people have certain thoughts of, I would like to go steal a car. I think that'd be fun. We're not going to go to somebody's house because they're planning on stealing a car.
Right. I guess like in this case, I know. I think there's a specific credible threat, but I don't know. Like, yeah, technically, until they publish the stuff and cross the line, like It's hard to know what to do. I mean, I guess we're going.
Well, that's where the cease and assist from the lawyer is huge, because then they can come.
Not really.
The lawyer's real. Lawyer can.
It's not really that huge. It's not really that important. And in fact, the response was absolutely amazing.
Utilize certain federal laws, certain state laws in that, saying, if you do this, this is a law you'll be breaking, blah, blah, blah. Sometimes it's educating the other party and makes them be like, oh, man, that's not a good idea.
Now, unfortunately, one of the other parties, her husband, works for the FBI, so he apparently doesn't seem to think this is a big deal.
Well, we don't know. We don't know if they've talked. They're not the best marriage, so let's be honest. We don't know.
I don't know what's been said, but like...
Really, Lauren, you're about to be revealed in the near future how despicable you are, and here you are commenting on another couple's marriage. Really?
Does John know he's the real life equivalent of Peter Griffin?
I'm sure he does now.
Well, he does now, yeah.
I got to get going, guys. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Nighty night, Salvador.
Bye.
Nighty night. Thank you for joining.
Don't end the stream. Okay.
I mean, I looked it up. The statute on these things it depends on how bad it is, but it's at least 5 years in prison. It's a felony.
Maybe you should check the statute on what constitutes a threat instead of what is the punishment for what you believe is an active threat. Maybe you should have done that, John.
So, I mean, it is serious, and it's obviously there's civil issues in terms of if they ruin our business, which they would think our business would take.
Yeah, I brought up civil earlier.
Oh, 9? Okay. So, and obviously it's going to be multiple counts. If it's here like 10 items, there's potentially 10 counts. So I don't know. Like,
wait a minute.
Frustrating,
No, I get it.
right? It's frustrating because obviously our best case scenario there is to stop.
Was Jeff's last live stream, well, not last live stream, but last appearance, is that tomorrow? Is the anniversary tomorrow?
I have his last appearance on the live stream was on my show.
Yeah, was that December 14th last year?
I don't think so. I have to check.
Monday will be 1 year. Yeah.
Yeah. Then it was one of my Friday show. He joined one of my Friday shows.
Right.
And he said he was having a weekend of self-care.
Yeah, you were like on Rumble Studio or something, and he didn't know how to exit out of it. That was his final sign off, which was perfect.
Yeah. And then the last thing spoken was Gosney saying, "Don't be a stranger."
Yeah.
And then 2 days later, we found out. While I was live.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Oof. So, yeah, it's a year. Thank you, Horse Welfare. Thank you for your support. Yeah, he would have so much fun with this. He would have had the best coverage of this pile of garbage from HTC.
Speaking of, what is, something true crime. I can't remember what it's called. Doesn't matter. Are her numbers going down, or are people like hate watching her? Just curious.
I've seen numbers that they've lost somewhere between 9,000 and 12,000 subscribers since all this broke.
That's not good.
Yeah, they have over 300,000 subscribers. Yeah, but here's the thing with subscribers: 50% you are inactive. That's just a fact of life. They have they simply are no longer on the YouTubes. And then of the ones left, are they interested? Did they subscribe because of a specific case, or do they subscribe because of you? If it is a specific case, then they are gone as well. So you can always take away 50%, which puts them in the 150,000 subscriber area. So almost between 5 and 10% of their subscribers have left because of this. That's a huge fucking number.
Yeah, I always try to get like more views than my subscriber counts, especially on like my Lego channel, which has no subscribers. But if the view counts are up, I'm like, okay, I feel like that's good. But I was just wondering if they've taken.
I'm happy as long as I get. I mean, if it's under 5% of your total subscriber count, you're doing poor. If it's over 5%, up towards 10% of your subscriber count, you're having a decent day. If it's over 10% of your subscriber count that watches a video or something like that, you're doing great.
Yeah, you're talking for live streamers too, by the way. People like that do what we do, not people that put out short 15, 20-minute videos twice a week. That's a whole different ball.
That's a whole different story.
Yeah.
This or stop anything from being published.
Yep.
Hey, so I think I feel good where I am, John. Are you okay?
Yeah, I mean, so you don't think you should call Gigi?
Well, I think we have the concern. He can't say right now that there was a crime committed. So she asks, he has to say, "I don't know," and then that gives him power.
So I mean, it could be. This could just be an intimidation campaign, right? Like to scare us. I mean, that's true. Like it could just be like, we're gonna ruin your reputation without publishing a thing because we're we're implying or we're inferring that you're immoral or whatever the hell they're implying. That, you're not supportive of people you should be. So I mean, it could just be intimidation, but is there any way could we get a referral to the FBI? Is there someone at the FBI we can contact?
Yeah, you'd have to just contact the FBI office itself. I think you can do an online report, but I don't know how soon you'd be contacted by anybody because it goes into their big system. I would say the local FBI, I think, is downtown near the detention center or the courthouse or something. You could go straight down there and talk to a desk officer or something and say, hey, we want to talk to somebody about a situation we have.
Is that right by CCDC?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, I've never had to go in there, but
Yeah, I'll go. I had a meeting with them when I was concerned about that one crime you were covering, John.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
And I had an appointment with them, and I just was unable to go because we were out of town, but I can figure it out.
So, I mean, what's their offices? They probably close at what, 5?
Yeah, we can work it out, John. We're standing here with an officer. Can we talk?
Yeah. Okay. The rest of this I think is a bit boring because
so people were saying, or at least Salvador was saying, that the cop kind of got nasty when he called somebody.
Yeah, but I don't think he called them that day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, because this cop is perfectly fine. I think he's absolutely reasonable in these circumstances.
Let's see.
If it doesn't come to the point, we don't necessarily do a report for it,
not a police report.
No, they're still talking when it's just a few minutes. Because I found something really, really, really funny to end this stream with.
All right.
Sniffing your own thoughts could boost brain power. Fend off Alzheimer's. New study.
There's a cure.
There's a cure. So when I
this has got to be like Finland or something. It's got to be a weird country, but not like a Scandinavian, not a Scandinavian country, a weird country that did this research.
So when I'm driving my nephews and nieces somewhere and I lock the doors and rip one off, I'm actually doing life-saving job.
Wait. Is it any fart or your own fart? Because there's a difference.
Let's see here. Researchers at Johns Hopkins has found that hydrogen sulfide.
I did say it was a weird country.
Yeah, you did. Could protect aging brain cells from cognitive decline and Alzheimer's. Our new data firmly link aging.
It's not just yours, it's any fart.
Yeah. So any fart. So I'm actually doing life-saving measure towards my nieces and siblings and stuff. I'm keeping on the tradition of my father, who also did it by locking the doors and then ripping one off.
RFK didn't post the study, but he's going to do a press release on it tomorrow morning.
Our new data firmly link aging, neurodegeneration, and cell signaling using hydrogen sulfide and other gaseous molecules within the cell, said Dr. Bindu Paul, associate professor at the prestigious medical center and co-author of the study, which was published in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences. For the trailblazing investigation, researchers used genetically modified mice that mimic human Alzheimer's disease. They injected the mice with a hydrogen sulfide carrying compound, which slowly releases the gas molecules throughout the body. After 12 weeks, the scientists tested the mice for changes in memory and motor function, and the results were shocking. The test revealed both cognitive...
That's different, though. They injected them with liquid farts. You have to just expose them.
So if I pot in a jar with water and then shake it.
I was thinking more tests needed to be done, like stick them underneath the bench seats at a fast food restaurant or something. Stick the mice under there and test them.
The test revealed both cognitive and motor function improved by 50% compared to untreated mice.
I bet you they got a government grant to study this.
Previous research has shown that female flatulence actually has a significantly higher concentration of hydrogen sulfide than farts from men. Yeah, because you hold it in longer. We just break it. I mean, if we have to fart, we fart. Unfortunately, hydrogen sulfide levels decrease with age, so it's up to the younger generation to fart for the aging, for the elderly.
Oh my God.
I want to know who got the job to fart on the mice.
Yeah.
And what were they paid?
That's the next level of study.
Yeah. As Divans Moore says, break it, don't stake it. Oh.
That's awesome. Oh, I know they got a government grant for that, and that's the sad part.
Yeah, so they got paid to do this. Oh, do cow farts qualify? I don't know. Volunteers at the nursing homes are about to increase.
The leading cause of greenhouse gases is cow farts. So there might be something to that too.
Yeah. So people with what do you call it, lactose intolerance should be working as nurses at elderly homes.
Yes.
Yeah. After all this bad news, well, not so bad news. I mean, we all kind of knew that Lauren and John was kind of a bit of a cunt. We needed to end this off with something funny. So yes, folks, fart for your elderly. If your father, mother, grandmother, grandfather are starting to lose their memory, walk up to them and fart at them. Not legal advice.
Yeah, yeah. Make sure you get consent first.
Yeah, get consent first. Thank you to Sparkyzilla over at Rumble for your $2. Rumble Ranch. Thanks for the show. I need to wander off. We'll catch the replay later. P.S. Never trust a fart. Yeah. Never trust a fart, and especially never force a fart. Folks, thank you. Thank you so much for joining in. I will keep covering the Lauren Matthias case. I will start to make a few videos about the New Georgia case with Sarah Grace Patrick. Is she a stone cold killer, or is it just another incompetent investigators with tunnel vision?
Did they finish the preliminary exam on the hyperbaric chamber case?
They have, but they have released videos, only a few videos on it. So we'll keep doing a few of those as well. But I haven't heard the result of it or anything like that. But I would assume that case will slowly move towards trial as well. But I don't think we will reach trial until the second half of 2026.
Yeah, I was going to say even 2027 at this rate.
Yeah. I mean, there are 4 defendants. That in itself.
Yeah, there are 4 defendants. There's a lot of discovery. There's a lot of experts. That case is going to go on for a bit.
Yeah. But everybody, thank you. And thank you to my guest. Thank you to Dave, Sal, Hella, Dani, and Dali. Thank you so much. And I will see you all in the next stream or video.
See you guys.
See you. Bye-bye.